Boom, we're live. KVKL. 1 week left in the regular season. Ryan Pendry is back with us. Ryan, started off, if you're willing, tell people why you've been gone, because a lot of people are saying it's because Free State smoked you guys. You're dodging the heat, man.
That's crazy. We actually bounced back pretty well from that game, I think. I guess for everyone who was speculating, because I had quite a few people asking me, it's purely like a medical reason I've been gone. My brain's not having fun with my body. We're getting some tests done soon, and should be good to go for these from now on. If I start seizing up on the show, I'll just get up and walk away. You'll be fine. So yeah, man. Other than that, though, we're chilling, man.
I'm glad you're back here with us, man. I'm
absolutely.
glad we were able to find some time to record this, man. No podcast this week too, so hopefully people. I feel like, did you stay for the whole game on Sunday?
No, I started having a little episode, so I left after the first inning, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling too great, but I heard a lot. I was asking a lot about it. A lot of the Tropics were there and hung around to the end, so I heard a good amount.
I felt like attendance wasn't very high, so I feel like a lot of people are going to be like fiending for kickball. So hopefully maybe people listen. I mean, we're not going to be able to probably post this in the Facebook group, which is what it is, but that's fine. We got a lot to talk about, man.
Sure.
What would you like to start with? Anything on your mind?
I'm just glad that KBKO is kind of going back to normal a little bit. It feels like, I think with the game of the week that the Rays and first responders played in, there was a lot of drama that unfolded in that, and that was some like true KBKO drama that felt good to get back to that. Start talking about shit like that.
Agreed. I didn't go to that. I heard plenty about it.
Yeah.
I heard about some post-game antics. I heard about some during-the-game antics. You gotta love it. That's KVKL.
Have you seen the video? Have you seen any video?
I have not really.
I have from my phone that I recorded of the
altercation.
You obviously can't. Yeah, you obviously can't hear anything.
Yeah.
It's so far away. I'm up in the stands, but So Emma, my coworker, she plays on the Rays now.
Yeah.
And so I was just kind of recording her just for fun or whatever. And she's up when it all happens. Do you want volume or no?
Yeah, let's play the volume.
You really can't hear a lot, but I'm gonna fast forward to kind of where Emma stops taking pitches. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. We don't need to get too deep into it, but I just want to say one thing. I had a conversation with somebody about that, because that looks like what I was told happened.
Sure.
There's been 4 instances this year at Game of the Week where there's been a similar thing, and they've ironically all been in the first base dugout. Been a heated altercation between a captain or player and a referee.
Really?
4 altercations. How many IFUs do you think were given out in those altercations?
I'm gonna go with my gut says 0, but then I'm gonna say 1. Just 1.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good one.
Who would you guess was the one person that got the IFU in that situation?
Michael?
No, it was me.
Oh.
It was me. Which, we're not gonna. I promised myself I wasn't gonna air people out.
Sure.
Despite KVKL board's attempt to silence myself and silence just about everybody now because we turn the comments off on everything.
Sure.
But no, it's one of those things. I'm a big I can laugh at anything guy, and I've reached the laughing stage, and it's like at this point for me, it's we're never gonna beat the bias allegations situation. I don't think, because quite literally, no, what that person didn't get an IFU. The ref didn't get an IFU. Not that the ref deserved, but I'm saying it's like that person didn't. I got an IFU. I threw a water bottle down 25 feet away from the altercation, which was more of an internal team throw water. I throw a water bottle every week. My team pisses me off. Scott, this past fucking game or against Sword, we're beating them by 14, bro. And Scott got doubled up on a bunt, so KBC Tropic shit. I fucking spiked my water bottle. Yeah. And ironically, it sprayed Brett again, which is what it did last time too. But anyways, it's almost what I do, and I yelled at the ref. I have no qualms with that. I deserved an IFU for that, but it's so funny how we can rationalize people's behaviors when it's somebody else, and then when it's me, it's a problem, So it's it is what it is. I've accepted it. I don't really give a shit what any of these people think about me or have to say about me or anything in between, and so I'll live with that. and that will be what it is. But I just think it's funny, just given obviously that happened in front of all those people, and it's like, I get in trouble.
Grady, get down.
Your dog wants to speak on the pod, bro. Your dog wants to be on the pod. But yeah, no, that is what it is. I'm glad we're back to playing kickball too, bro. I actually think like.
Are we back to playing kickball?
I think for the most part. We're back to playing.
I didn't play kickball.
Well,
Sunday.
sure. I guess we can talk about the heat heat out. I guess is what we'll call it. I'm curious your take, and then I'll give my take.
I mean, I was like we were just talking about. Honestly, like my thing is, I know there's a city guideline that they're following. Was this was a city decision? This one?
No, I believe the KVKL could have overrode.
Sure.
The city made the decision to cancel.
Sure.
KVKL does not have to follow that same guideline.
Okay.
Will they normally follow that? For the most part, sure. But obviously, we had already made some reparations in terms of 7 innings, moving the games back. I do think KVKL, if the board had decided to, could have proceeded as normal.
Sure.
If they wanted to.
Well, I guess my only thing is I hope that on August 9th, August 16th, and August 23rd, it is not above what it was this past week, because I think we are still coming into the hottest time of the year, and that happens to be right when we have double headers scheduled, tournament time. So, what's going to happen if, Championship Sunday, it's fucking same temperature as last, and we got 2 games to play or whatever it might be.
No, I agree with you. I mean, my take was, so ironically, we were all flying back from Mesa, and right about when we were about to land is when it was all going down. In terms of the board, I think was having conversations. I caught wind of it from a couple different people, and then I messaged Sean. He didn't get back to me, and then somebody else told me that they thought they were going to cancel. And I think my take was one, I was as fine with it as I will ever be, given I was sore as fuck. I played 8 fucking kickball games Friday night until 6:30 in the morning. I was running on fumes of sleep. I was fine with it from the point of view that my body was dead, and that I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think we'll lose the Honey Badgers. But if we were ever going to lose the Honey Badgers, it's going to be last Sunday when half our team couldn't. I literally couldn't walk. Bro. I was in fucking hell. And honestly, mad props to Zach for him being able to play on Sunday at the level he did, because it's he did way more physical activity on Friday night than I did. I know he was pretty sore too, but yeah, my body was dead, so I was fine with it, just from that point of view. But I agree with what you're getting at, where it's the weather situation. I mean, this upcoming week is going to be better.
Yeah, it looks like it's 80s.
Yeah, it's so you just kind of have to hope it just continues to be that way.
That's what I'm saying. But we've had the worst luck this year that I can remember.
No, last year we were bad last year.
But we got a marquee matchup last year, right? Did we? Yes.
Yeah, we had more weeks though.
Sure.
To work with.
Well, it just seems like we've been getting, maybe not as bad as last year, but we've been getting smacked with just bad weather, whether it's extreme heat or whether it's, torrential downpour. It doesn't really matter. Hey, Matt. What's up, buddy?
What up?
Enjoy the pod.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was my concern is and to be fair, I didn't particularly want to go out and play Woost, and I don't think Woost wanted to come out and play us because, on paper that's not ideally not gonna be the most competitive game between the teams. And it's do I want to really throw players out in the heat for a non-competitive game? Obviously, Woost could surprise me any day of the week and come out and be on fire. I'm not saying that that was always going to happen and always going to be how it was, but you got the top of the pod and the bottom of the pod, and that's just how it's played out so far from those matchups.
Yeah, I think when I was talking Seth and talking to some other people, what I have to imagine honestly was a big influencer in the just complete no play was the person last week from first responders having an issue. I have to think the fact that we had an issue is especially an issue at a game that happened at 9 or whatever. It was hey, we got to make that's life. I mean, that's just life in general. Something bad happens, you kind of have to make an appeasement on the back end to make it look like you're progressing from it and not going to allow it to happen again. So,
and I guess really the only teams who maybe didn't benefit from it would have been the one because of Marquee being scratched. Obviously us, Free State, some other teams wanted to be able to try to punch up into that different pod or play, who aren't going to get that opportunity now. Maybe obviously playoffs, we're going to have the chance to play just about anyone, but
yeah. Well, I mean, on that note, it's a good note. It's not public info that Marquee scratched it, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's even official.
Well, yeah, it's not. I don't think
that's
it's
just
official,
what
but
was
I think it's like it's about a done deal from what I've heard.
I mean, everything I'm talking is through the grapevine.
Yes,
right?
no, for sure. I think, like, from what I understand, I think it's the right decision. Because what I don't think you can do is start the KVKL playoffs with the weather we've had so far, running into a situation where we have no weeks to work with. Like, in my opinion, you can't do that. It's like, because the worst possible scenario is us
I need to ask
having a
Matt's
weather
take at some
situation.
point. Yeah,
and
sure.
then it's like, then we like can't play the championship weekend because it's like, then the next weekend's Labor Day, and then the next weekend's like KU Missouri, and then it's like, no, I'm going to London for the KU. It's
Sure.
like you cannot have the season go into September.
So I wanted Matt's take on this because I think Matt's a very well-spoken guy, and him and I share the same opinion. I don't know your side, but from what I picked up, you're not pro rematch, right, for Marquee? Because it's
my
scratched.
take on Marquee is that, like, I don't really give a fuck about Marquee because of what they've done with the schedule this year and where my team's at. And that's like my quote unquote biased point of view is like, my team's a 2 seed. Who do you want to see us play again? Invictus? Okay,
Yes.
well then we play Invictus again. Well, then guess what? You're going to get to see us play Invictus again in 3 weeks because
Sure.
we're going to be playing them in the championship again. And then it's like, okay, do you want to see us play Post House? Well, it's like, well, sure. Maybe we play Post House again. Well, we're still going to be the 2 and 3 seeds, so you're going to see us play each other again in 2 weeks. And then the only other argument, like, you know, and I do think it's a solid argument, and I heard the board throw it out, is like scheduling us against Johnny's because they didn't play us the first time. But like my team refuses to play them, so we would fucking forfeit.
Really?
So it's like it's one of those things where it's double sided and like. But I don't think there's a problem with rematches in general though. Would be my take.
I don't have a gripe against no rematches, but I do. My only take on the whole thing was that I think that for me, I think Marquee Matchup should mean something.
Yeah.
In general, and it should mean it's the week before playoffs, and so if you're gonna put teams in lopsided positions and just go out there and get your ass beat, or vice versa, like how does that benefit even the winning team? You know,
Yeah, no, I agree.
They should be tested. And if I was going into postseason and I was top 5, I'd probably at least want some sort of matchup that would test me a tiny bit just to keep the iron sharp. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what I got to go back to is like before the season started, we sat here, we had this podcast, and we said they ruined Marquee. We agreed that they ruined it before the season started, and then I don't know if like people just forgot they ruined it, or I don't know if people just like kind of were just optimistic that there'd be like some sort of solution. But like, in my opinion, there really only was a solution for like 10 teams of like you guys, Free State, and JDE/LSF could like punch up a little bit against the bottom teams. And then the same thing could happen in pod 2 and 3, and the same thing could kind of happen in pod 3 and 4. But then it's like, you still have lopsided games somewhere. And like, you know, from what I was hearing, like Invictus is going to be playing Feral Femmes, and it's like they had the thread, and Feral Femmes signed up for that, and it's like, I guess, and it's like, to your point, it's like you're playing meaningless games at that point. And so I don't know. Like my take is this: the new scheduling was way better for 9 weeks. Undeniably better schedule for 9 weeks, but you've cooked the Marquee Matchup week, and what you've also done is really create a situation where the board is never going to have any answers on who's going to be better than who to like break down the seedings. Because like what I was saying is like, you know, if you did like 7, 8, 9 plays 10, 11, 12, well then it's like what happens when Free State loses to the 7th seed, okay? But then you guys beat the 8th seed, but then the 9th seed beats the 12 seed. And then it's like, well, shit, you guys can't jump Free State. You lost to them. Yep. But it's like you can't have Free State jump the 9th seed because they just beat the 12th seed. But then it's like, do you have them jump all 3 of them? It's like, well, you can't do that because they already all lost to each other. So it's like the new schedule this season, I get why people thought it was great. And I do think in terms of like the consistency of a majority of your games, it was better, undeniably. But what it didn't do, or what it did do, was create problems like this where it's like, now we have genuinely no idea if you guys are the 11th best team or if you're the 7th best team. We have no idea. We have no track record to know besides the fact that you lost to Global before their season fell apart in week 1. And so you can't take anything away from week 1. And it's like, I do think, you know, I know we talked about it a little bit. I do think a couple board members came up with a different algorithm for next season. My understanding is that is what they're going to do. That algorithm, I think, would be a lot better where you're like kind of, you know, and I know I sent you like, you know, what your team's schedule would have been in it. And it's like, it gives you the chance within the schedule to punch up, gives you the chance to punch down. So if you're having a bad season, it's going to know that you're not as good as you were. And then you're going to still play the teams right around you. And then, you know, we can kind of figure things out from there. But yeah, it's like, it sucks because like, they created something really cool in Marquee a couple of years ago. Great idea. And it was great. It was so fun. And then they killed it. And they like tried to like because they told us at the captain's meeting too. Like Avery's like, we're gonna change the name of it. Like it's dead. Like Avery admitted that at the captain's meeting. And then I think people like kind of forgotten. Like the board is maybe like kind of hoping to make it fun again or find a way to make it fun. Which like I do think like Free State and Johnny's. Like I saw Lindsey Dieter, I think was in the comments going like, let's play Johnny's. But it's like, well, what happens if you guys fucking beat Johnny's? What do we do then?
Yeah.
We're gonna make fucking Free State the 4th seed? No, we're not gonna do that. But then it's like, okay, well, you know, they beat Johnny's, so it's like maybe they are better than 7, 8, 9. But like, well, Sacred Sword also beat Johnny's, and so it's like, are they? You know, and it's like, that's what sucks about the situation with the schedule.
My last use, it sounds like there's a rework in progress. That's what I was going to ask for. If it continues to not work out, I would say just since we're good at the regular season, schedule a 10th week.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
No, I agree.
All right, thank you, Matt.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Matt. Great having your take.
Yeah.
I think it sucks because I think people created like in our heads from the past couple of years, like Marquee was this fun thing, this fun new thing,
time.
and it's like it was a chance for, you know, teams like Holman and Ringers and stuff to like, hey, say, you know what, like we're dominating this pod, like we deserve to go fucking fight a pod 2 team. And it's like, yeah, it just with the new schedule, like it like I was like that could happen across all the pods. You could have all these upsets, and then it's like, still, what do you do though? Because it's like, Arbar, I think, is a great example where it's like, dude, they were really bad for a while. I mean, they lost like 5 games in a row, 6 games in a row, and then now they've just beaten Woos and they've beaten Rollers and they maybe beat somebody else. No, they did. They beat Woos and they beat Rollers.
And they lost to D-Holes.
No, they're supposed to play D-Holes this week. But it's like, Arbar is a team where you say, hey, you know, I would bet Holman to beat Arbar right now. That's what I would bet I place.
Yeah.
Do I think it'd be easier or anything like that? No, I don't. But I would bet them to beat them right now. But it's like, look what happens when Holman beats them. But then it's like, well, you can't put Holman ahead of, you know, D-Holes if Arbar didn't beat them and stuff. And it's like, you just kind of create all these like massive headaches, and there's no like real easy, simple solution. And then it's like, well, then if you work it like snake order, where you'd have like Free State play Global. Like right now, Global's 9. I think Global's going to beat Love Garden, so I think Global will end up at 7. But it's like,
do you?
Yeah, I do. I think if Free State was to play Global at 9 right now and lose, but then you guys play 8 Redlegs and win, what do you do?
Right.
It's like you can't do it because you can't jump Free State, and it's like you can't have Free State jump Global because they just lost to them too, and it's like then you're in this weird conundrum where it's like you just play this really tight game and you beat a fucking good team and you gain nothing from it.
So you obviously, and I think so. I think Free State's the top of the pod.
Yes.
I think they're solidified, and that's just because the head-to-head over us, right?
Well, over everybody besides JDE, but yeah.
So that's one thing I would like to see answered, because we have a little triangle at the top going on, and I think like after playing JDE and playing Sure and then seeing JDE play, like I think we have a pretty clear 1, 2, 3 at the top of pod 2. But I think like that's a good example for when a rematch would be warranted. Maybe give JDE another crack at us for 2. Give us another crack at Free State. You know, all those games, our game with JDE and with Free State, were within 3 runs. 3 runs against Free State, 1 run over
JDE. I agree with you, but here's my take for you.
Sure.
So it's like you just beat JDE 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What happens if they beat you by 1? Then you're just Spider-Man gun pointing at each other.
Sure.
And it's like, well, shit. It's like, turns out the 2 games that a team that won a close game, the other team won the. It's you don't really learn anything, because it's like, yep, you guys play 100 times, you'll probably split 55-45 one way or the other.
Well,
and so it's just like it's tough. It's like I think what it comes down to, and like I said it at the time, and I had plenty of people message me that they disagree. They thought the schedule was really good. Like, I do think the schedule was really, really good for the terms of like the quality of the games you would play. But what it comes down to with what we do at the postseason and like putting together a 36-team playoff and like trying to figure out who's good, who's not good, and like it's horrible for that, frankly. And like I think that's just the problem we've run into.
Let me tell you something. 10 out of 10 times, if I'm forced to make the decision, I'm picking the 9-week schedule we got over having a great marquee matchup. You know.
Yeah, I would agree.
I love the schedule. The board. I still give you your flowers. That was an awesome. It was an awesome regular season schedule.
Yeah.
We still have one more game, still going, but I love what we're doing so far. So keep up something similar. It sounds like we've got the fix potentially from
Yeah.
straight from the brain of one of the board members. So
Yeah, I think it's just like what's. Yeah, I agree with you. I just think that the one thing that sucks is like, you guys. I mean, the four of you that are the top. I'll include LSF in there, even though they're kind of slipping here down the stretch. But it's like,
who has LSF beat in the top 3 right now? They were supposed to play JDE, so like that game could really turn things on their head.
Yeah.
If Shirt beats JDE, then it's like okay.
But it's like okay, but it's like LSF beat the shit out of everybody else.
Sure.
So it's like.
But so did everyone else.
Yeah, no, I agree. But and that's kind of where my take is back at the schedule. Is like, I think, it's and I'm actually not being critical here. I'm not going to pretend this is easy, but it's like, you're getting caught up in the like, we played Free State, great game, close game,
sure.
JD, close game, but it's like, Woost, R-Bar. You run, you're gonna run rule Woost, right? You run rule D-hole.
I don't know.
Beat the living fuck out of some teams there, and it's like, the reality is like, and Jess flagged this to me in the preseason, and I don't think it's going to be accurate. The season's like last year, like 30 out of 36 teams won 4 games.
Sure.
This year, that's not the case at all. It's actually like quite frankly, there's a lot of good teams that haven't won 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Honey Badgers and stuff of the world. I don't think have won 3 games or 4 games. They're at 3 still.
You know who's at 3 still?
Who?
Johnny's.
No, they're not.
Johnny's is at 3 wins.
No, they're not.
Johnny's is at 3 wins.
They beat Honey Badgers. They beat their cross pod LSF game. They beat Red Legs, and they beat Love Garden.
Is that 4?
Yeah.
Why did Sean say 3 when I asked him earlier?
I don't know. They're 4. They're 4 and 5.
Who was their crosspod? Shirt. They
beat Global. They have 5.
So they're 5 and
5 and 4. They lost Invictus.
We haven't played our 9th game yet.
They did. They just played.
Oh yeah.
They lost to us, Invictus, Post House, and Sacred. So they're 5 and 4.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's crazy.
But it's, that is the point though. It's like a lot of teams are not winning games, and it's like that's kind of the point of like, a world where like my team, for example, I'm gonna use my team, a great example, in Invictus. We would tell you we played the best possible schedule because all we did was play the best teams. So it's like we did have the best schedule because it's like there's no one better than us for us to play.
Yeah.
But it's like that doesn't mean it was the right schedule because it's like I'll use Free State.
You scoundrel.
As an example where it's like obviously we know they dropped themselves down. They're supposed to be in pod 1, and it's like, well, they still should have been playing some pod. And mind you, they're playing a pod 1 team this week. They play Post House.
That would be an interesting one.
I agree. The Post House thing would be interesting because they're doing some injuries. I actually think Free State, assuming they have everybody in Post House, if they're still sitting people with injury, because also Post House, like, they already beat Johnny's. They actually really have, and Honey Badgers, they have nothing to lose. In my opinion, if they have people who are still hurting and it's like on the fence, like they shouldn't play those people because it's like they're going to be the 3 seed. Or like if we were to get upset and they were to win, maybe they would jump up the 2 seed, but that doesn't change anything. We're just gonna be playing each other again.
Yeah. Bro, I love playing Free State.
Yeah,
like
I'd love to
they
play
took
them.
they took
They'd
us.
fucking forfeit against
they
us
took
they're
them.
pussies, though.
They took them off our schedule last year, and it was a big. You could feel the hole in the schedule. And like we used to like us in Free State, and like I would say I've always had a good relationship with Seth, but like us in Free State used to not like each other on the field. When we were on the field, but like last game we played, it was a complete 180, like super respectful on both sides. Like it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah,
big fan of Free State now.
Yeah, no, and they're obviously like way better than they've ever been, which is like, it's funny, to see they've got some personality over there and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see like our. I'd still call them like one of our rivals because they were for 3 years. Like seeing one of our rivals like kind of going up again, and we're still we're going up again too. We were 26th ranked when they were not doing great.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I'm excited. What I'm honestly like really excited for is the playoffs, man. Like I'm actually just like really excited. One to just like a lot of it will be post watching on film and stuff, but it's like I'm excited to see. I mean, like if you were to say the playoffs for this week, you'd have probably Global versus Red Legs 8-9 game. You'd have Free State versus Love Garden 10-7 game. You guys versus Sacred Sword 11-6 game. JDE versus Honey Badgers 5-12 game.
That'd be a banger too.
And so those are like, mind you, I would probably pick the pod 1 like I think you guys versus Sacred Sword I think is probably the most likely to be upset just because I think Sacred Sword is the lowest floor. Mm-hmm. But I mean, all those games would have potential to be upsets. And even like, I mean, LSF got boat raced by Johnny's. I don't really think they could.
Dude, we fixed our lineup.
That's
we
good.
Finally did it. We're scoring runs before the fourth inning now. It's a great time.
That's good. Yeah, it's that's the stuff that takes you up, man. It's lineup stuff's so important. I mean, that's why like Big Frank, like the Red Legs game, we were boat racing them.
Sure.
And then the whole Scratch Scott thing and fucked up our lineup, and then it's like then they almost beat us.
Yeah.
And it's like the lineup is so important, and so many teams like don't realize that, and it's like it would be a stretch to say like us versus you guys would be like I would say this. I could fuck up our lineup enough that you guys could have like a legitimate like you're right there with us, have a chance to win the game at the end of the game if I fucked our lineup up. So it was like some teams don't know what they're doing, and like some people have players who have egos and say, "Oh, I have to lead off or I have to do this," but they really shouldn't be doing that. And so, yeah, a lot of teams don't realize how important their lineup is. But
Grady.
Yeah,
I have a question, and then we were talking about Holman, and it just came to my brain. How far do you think you could take them in the playoffs? What like if you were like if there was like, hey Bryson, you get full control of the team. You're not playing purely like a manager. You get to do the lineup, and you get to do you control everything. Everything they do on the field. I can't say they're going to execute it perfectly. You still got the same players, so you got to do with that what you will. Like you got the. How far do you think you could take Holman?
I don't think without playing that I could take them like much further than they're going to go, because I think there's like a really clear line in the middle of pod 2 that I don't think they can even play with you guys or JDE or LSF or Free State. I think all of you guys would beat them by 10 plus.
What do you think happens if they play D-holes right now? I think
they would beat D-holes.
What about Harpies?
I think them versus Harpies would probably be like a good game. I think like if I was in charge of them, I think they would be Harpies. I think if I wasn't, they wouldn't.
I think it's yeah. Well, I think they would. I think if Holman played Harpies right now, like not you doing it, just Holman playing Harpies, like I think it's either like a 1-run game either side, or I think Harpies wins by like 8.
I think it would be very, very close.
Yeah, I think that's the more likely scenario.
Yes, I think it would be very, very close. It's interesting, like because I think their problem is like they lack some of the game IQ stuff, because I mean they played a couple close games in pot 3, which is like not what you want to see from a team that's like ready to punch up. I don't know their team enough to know if they're missing people, but like obviously we know Jackson's good, like Lasser's good, we know they have some good players. Their first baseman's pretty solid, but I played them a couple years ago, when I had Cyport or whatever, and it's like they still, I mean like you'd kick the ball to their first baseman, he'd like try to nail you with it instead of taking the base.
Yeah, just like, the little things.
Next thing you know, you're on third base. So yeah, that's the stuff that holds you back there. But yeah, I don't know. Let's talk like surprise. I'm curious. Like here we are through 8 weeks. Any team surprised you?
Feral Fims.
Feral Fims, and I would say this.
Not because I don't think I ever. Even on here, I think I said I thought they were gonna like at least win a game and be competitive in quite a few. But like I think they were on a 3-game win streak at some point. I don't know if they're still on a win streak. I don't know what happened. Sure, but yeah, before that I think it was like a 3-game, 4-game win streak, and I think
it was 3.
Yeah, they were getting hot there for a sec. So yeah, good job for them. Trying to think, I'm surprised with I kind of surprised with Empire.
Yeah, that was gonna like. Yeah, I was gonna just talk like good and bad. Like, I don't know if you listen to do you listen to the regular podcast?
Depends, I guess, really on what happened.
Well, after week 2, I can't remember if I sent this question to Sean or someone else did. They had a conversation that what teams have the highest likelihood to go undefeated, and I think Brant literally said his team.
Sure,
they haven't won a game.
Yeah, I think
they're like they've lost 6 games in a row.
I think with Rylel and Nick, that's a very different.
Is Rylel gone?
Rylel was hurt for that couple weeks, including game of the week.
I agree with that. Yeah,
without
I agree with
those two being together on that team too.
Losing Nick is bad.
It's huge. I mean, Nick gets on every single time.
Yeah,
he's the best punter I've ever seen. Close. He's close. He's close.
You ever seen Jimmy?
Jimmy's alright.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that later. Yeah, no, I agree. I my thing is though is like in pod 3, 2 players, let alone 1 player, are not the difference between like 8-0 and 2-6.
In pod 3?
Yes.
Sure.
So it's like it is just like crazy. And I made a comment. I think some people just like got offended because I wasn't like supposed to be offended. It just like genuinely like mind-blowing to me that when we were talking about them going undefeated. Like,
yeah.
I was looking to say they might, and like we played them in the charity tournament and like, they had Nick and Rylell, but then it's like they didn't give us a game per se, but like they were able to stop us a little bit and like score, like get people in scoring positions on us.
Yeah,
so it's like
I think of for them I don't know if they kick 8 and 4 or what they do, but like I think if it's 8, I think 7 of those male positions are all splitting. Like they have so many people on the lineup, and I think I really think if the captains, and this is all through the grapevine, this is just word on the street what I've heard is I just don't think they take it as seriously. Like they don't try to put out the most competitive lineup. It's like everybody, oh, you kicked last, well, it's your turn to go. Just like the maybe they're not pushing for the more competitive side, which is fine.
No,
totally fine.
Agreed. Yeah, no, it's surprising. I think I would say Ringers surprised me a little bit because I know they're practicing and I know that they are continuing to get better, but like they're doing a good job of handling Pod 3 for the most part. I think who they lose to besides Holman? Regulators maybe.
In Pod 3,
they have 2 losses in Pod 3, 6-2. I don't remember who the other loss is, but it's like they're handling those teams for the most part and like controlling the game, which is like I'm a firm believer. Like I always say, like if you want to look at a metric of like how much better were you than a team or on that day, or how much better than you are to a team, is what inning did you beat them? What inning did you score more runs than they scored in the entire game? And obviously the earlier the better. And like my team in the Big Test, we were doing it in the first 3 innings typically, our first 4. So it's like that's kind of what you want to see, and like Ringers are doing a good job of controlling games. So I think them. I think like
did they lose to Feral Fins?
No,
I know
Feral
New
Fins
Kicks.
played Empire.
New Kicks, I think, lost.
No, New Kicks just beat Feral Fins by 1. They like walked them off, I think.
Because you said they lost to.
All I know is Empire 100% has the second loss in Pod 3, and I think it's Regulators.
Yeah.
I'm like fairly certain it's Regulators. I think like another one that's somewhat surprising is Arbar, because you may remember on the deleted podcast, I thought they might actually be able to make a run in Pod 2.
Yeah.
I think
you were saying on what you said verbatim, actually might not be word for word, but what you said was like along the lines of, any team in Pod 2 who they play, their top 5 are better than the top 5 of that.
Yeah, I was like, I think what my take is like, Arbar, in my opinion, in any Pod 2 game has the best girl on the field. Gabby is better than every girl in Pod 2, with all due respect. She's one of the best girls in the league. Problem is she doesn't care about kickball a lot, so it's like you might not get her on her best, and I think she's missed some weeks too. But it's like she's the best girl in Pod 2, so they have that on their side. And then I think the problem, I talk to Clay every once in a while. I think like Clay, I haven't seen him in 5 years. Who was it? Oh, they lost to my boy Ben. My boy Ben. Oh yeah, they walked him off.
Yeah.
They walked him off. I forgot. Yeah, my boy Ben.
Was that one in extras?
No, I think it might have been.
JB's has a couple walks.
Yeah, my boy Ben, bro. He's playing catcher now, bro.
Really?
Bro, I was like, I wanted them to give up. I wanted JB's for game, or I wanted JB's for Marquee. I was like, bro, if Ben's playing catcher, we're bunting the catcher.
Yeah,
every time,
sure.
bro.
I like that they added Damien on JB's.
And they've added Darren from Rollers.
Did they?
Yeah.
Good for them, man.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like Jaron. I like JB's.
It's Arbar. Like I think he's been missing people, and like mind you, they are worse than I thought they were. So it's like I have to admit I was wrong on that take, but like they've been missing people, and like in the games I think they could have competed in, they were missing like a lot of people. Like the Harpies game, for example, like Harpies doing like 28-2.
That was bizarre.
Full teams, that's not happening.
Sure,
that's not happening. But it's like that just goes to show.
Do you know who they missed that game?
Dude, I think they're missing. Like a couple. I think they're missing Isaac. Is that their third baseman's name?
Yes.
And I think they're missing. Who's the guy that owns Arbar?
Brian? No. James.
James. Yes. I think they're missing those. It's like that team. It has
that man James gets feisty, bro.
Dude,
I didn't
100%.
until we played him this year. I was like, damn, bro.
The thing is, Arbar is they have players who are quite frankly not good. And I think they're okay with that. And they're friends, teachers, and they're having fun.
Sure.
But it's like you're missing some of your good people, and then you start playing the having fun people, and it's like in Pod 2, the skill level's so high there that your opponent doesn't really give a fuck. They don't give a fuck that you're here to have fun. They're trying to show that they can compete in Pod 2. So.
Bro, you know what? Speaking of Pod 2 and teams on Pod 2, you know what you said on this podcast? You said that you think that you're like Cedric was good, but adding Steve is an upgrade. And you said that man has a cannon of an arm. We just sat there and bunted all game.
Yeah. That'll happen.
I love looking back on takes.
That'll happen. I
Matt
watched
knows
you guys
about it.
dismantle them. I mean, I remember just looking over and Tropics were just running around the bases
Sure.
like all the time.
Yeah,
I was like,
bro.
oh my god.
And that surprised me, man. I actually do like D-holes, man. And it's kind of sad because they were, at that 13 spot for a really long
Yep.
time. 13, 12, whatever. But
Yeah. The good thing they got going for them is they're still clearly better than the bottom of Pod 2 for now.
yeah.
But yeah, no, that's good. I think, Global's got, has to be an argument for somewhat up there to be, a surprise. But, I'm actually not surprised. As someone that, took part in the somewhat dismantling of that team,
Sure.
I think Trey played a huge role for that team, strategy-wise, lineup-wise, stuff like that.
Just had some pop up.
Gameplay-wise. I think, Liv, probably second, third best girl in the league. Losing her,
What do you
huge.
think happens to Isaac after the season?
A lot of people have talked about that. I genuinely don't know.
No autographs? You guys need a guy?
We are over capacity, bro.
Okay.
Actually, I'll talk about this because I'm friends with Zach, so I can talk about this. Obviously, we just played with Zach in Mesa.
Yeah,
We're talking is Johnny's the word on the street is they're done after this year. That's the word. Word on the street is they're carrying Michael and moving for the 400th time. Is it going to happen? I don't know. That's the word on the street. So it's where's Zach going to go? And we were talking, it's Zach has to come through. So that's the best player in the league.
There's no way he goes.
And I'd have to tell him no. I would have to tell him no.
You would tell him no.
I would have to
turn down Zach.
It would have to be Zach, I think you're the best player in this kickball league, but I've had people who are already on this team, and I'm not as much as people try to think I'm a scumbag. I am not a scumbag, and ironically, just being I'm a transparent guy. Washi, tried to come to our team. Washi was begging us to pick him up.
Sure.
And then, mind you, did Washi end up leaving afterwards? Yes, he did.
Sure.
But it's Washi was begging us to pick him up, and very upset that we didn't pick him up originally. And I told him he's he had all these demands. I want to play 7 innings on defense. I was like, bro, I don't have 7 innings for
Sure.
you. And it's I recruited Brett and Aaron, and obviously do I think Aaron's the better one there? Yes, I do. But it's I recruited both of them. I wanted both of them on their team. Our team. They fucking both play their asses off. They're great base runners. They'll die for the fucking
Brett's
ball. They'll
good.
die out there
Brett's
on
a
the fucking
great
field.
player.
And it's for me, they committed immediately. It wasn't let me think. It was a yes. They're we are playing with you, Bryson. And for me, I'm going to reward loyalty.
Sure.
10 times out of 10. It's is Washi a better outfitter than Brett? I don't know, and I honestly don't care. But it's even if you are better, it's Brett committed and didn't, as Washi's jersey says, he's fucking wishy-washy.
Sure.
He's all over the place and saying I need a walk-up song that starts at 55 seconds until minute 23. I was bro, I ain't got no time for that. I was either you're
Bryson,
gonna come
you're
here.
you're sitting there. Start.
Yes.
Start.
Either you're going to come here and play in the role that we have for you, or you're not.
Sure.
I'm perfectly fine either way. And it's to be honest, I don't think Washington's actually played that well this year. And I think I would tell him that to his face. I kind of have. It's I'm glad that we didn't pick him up.
Sure.
Because we're also in a spot where picking up. We lost Washi and got Scott and Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
And getting those 2 people was better for us than getting the one.
Yeah.
And so I have no qualms there. But yeah, it's the exact thing I'd be and I don't think he would want to come play with us for the record. But it's it's I would have to be I can't because we have Corbin and Junior both dead on our sidelines
Sure.
still, and we already have an extra guy.
Sure.
So it's I just don't have the room. It would suck, but it's
I'd hate to see him join Invictus just because they're already so
I don't.
good.
The thing is, that's the only team that makes sense from who Zach talks to and who Zach interacts with. But I don't think he would go there. And they have fucking 12 dudes,
Yeah,
bro.
they just got Jimmy this
They
year.
have
so
12 fucking dudes on that
Yeah.
team.
What's their outfield look like? It's Jimmy. I saw him playing some right field.
Well, it's Alex McKee, Will Davis, and then either Noah or Stefan or
So
Lee
is Jimmy
or
splitting
Jimmy.
time on?
Oh, dude, Jimmy's splitting. Yeah.
How many? Yeah, I was gonna ask how many
He's got
guys.
4 or 5 innings, if that.
How many guys do you think Invictus has right now?
They have 12.
Guys.
Yes, dude. They have. If you think about it, Lou doesn't sit, Kenny doesn't sit, Austin doesn't sit. That's 3 guys never sit.
Yeah.
So they have 4 spots for 9 people. Bro.
Sure. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess and if you're obviously kicking ass at the top of the fucking league, I mean, I guess you got to give a trade off here and there, and make some sacrifices.
It's credit to them, they're very, very good this year.
Yeah.
But it's you want to talk about people, no autographs, trying to make a super team, which is not true at all. But it's They are like as in win now mode as possible.
Sure.
Because I promise you, next year when we're talking kickball, Invictus ain't gonna have these same 12 dudes
Sure.
on the team. I don't know who's gonna leave. I don't know who it would be, but it's like, you think they would tell you like we're not gonna have all these people on the team.
Sure.
Because either one will want to bring everyone back, and some people are like, no, I'm not doing that again, or two people will just like naturally progress out.
Could you see Zach going down to like not down, I get, but like going to like Red Legs or see him?
I not Red Legs, not Red Legs. I you know, to the same vein of he came in the league playing with Brutang, I could see that, but it's like he talks to us. He plays City League with those people, and they don't have a team anymore.
Brutang?
Yes.
Sure.
So it's like I could see a world where he would do that. You know, I do think they'll probably try to piece together Johnny. So I could see a world where
I don't think they'd leave.
my thing is like, I got to think if Michael and Carey are done, Shane and Laney are done.
Think so?
Yeah, Shane.
I don't have much,
like. I mean,
don't
like
know much about.
I don't know much about them either. But like I follow Shane on Instagram. He's been on vacation every other week,
Sure.
bro. It's like,
Sure.
and I think, you know, you start wanting to have children and like start to have family. It's like I have a feeling they're done.
Well, if
and then it's like then you look like Lucas and the other guy are like friends of Michael's, and so
okay,
it's like
put Isaac at third.
where? What are you talking about?
Just bring Isaac over from Global.
I don't think that's like that would happen. I mean, maybe. But
I'm
it's
just
like,
saying, I feel
well, I think like you got Isaac ain't going. Isaac will not go to another good team, and I'll bring Eli with him. And Eli's also currently a captain of Global, so it's like I didn't know that. Is he going to go to another team, or is he going to?
Yeah,
stay?
that'd be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah,
I've got a sharp eye on Global, see what they're doing because they have a lot of really good players still.
Yes.
Just some things.
I think
out.
that's why I was saying earlier. I think they're going to beat Love Garden. They're still a good team, man.
Yeah.
It's like the problem that they have right now is like they are like being tranquilized by everybody, but it's like, in my opinion, they're still better than some of those teams at the bottom of Pod 1. It's a matter of like, if you just eliminated the Red Legs loss, because it's like if they win that game, which they kind of should have, they won that game. I think everyone's point of view on their season would be a little bit different. It's like,
whoa.
Just from the point of view, it's like, okay, hey, you lost all these good players, and you're 3-5, and going into it, it's like you beat Honey Badgers, who were the 5. You know, and mind you, they got spanked by Sigurd Sword, but they beat you guys comfortably, and so it's like, I don't know. I think their season, like everyone's, you know, they're getting killed, and it's like they're playing against really, really good teams, and they're a team that's been really, really good, and they lost Trey and Liv and Chance and Marcus, and it's like now you've also taken Jimmy out, and like let's talk about, bro, Jimmy leaving the week of their game for Invictus, bro, is like one of the wildest moves I've ever seen.
Sure.
And as a competitor, I'm glad Invictus at full strength. I'm glad Invictus is better than they've ever been. Like Jimmy is, in my opinion, the best leadoff kicker in this league. He makes them almost unstoppable. I mean, like they're scoring a run in the first inning situation, guaranteed now. But I don't know. It's just like I truly cannot fathom that he did it because he's friends with those people and hangs out with those people and has played on that team for so long, and he was co-captain last year. And I don't know. It's just like, you know, I said it on, I went to the podcast like probably a little over a month ago. It was right before we played Red Legs. And I said, they were talking Portal, and I was like, you might remember, like, this wasn't what the Portal was supposed to be for. The Portal was supposed to be for, like, you know, and I don't want to air out people's business, but, like, I at least feel somewhat comfortable talking about the Heather situation. Like, Heather, when she was on Young Spine, had, like, kind of a falling out with the captain, and then it's like, well, she's stuck and can't play for the rest of the year because, like, captain and her aren't on good terms, and she's not playing. And that, like, that to me is like wrong because like the statement that people try to say that they don't actually believe, like kickball is supposed to be for all, like playing kickball should be our number one priority. It's like that is not good. Like people, and then on top of like relationships ending, and it's like you're on the same team as your spouse and you get divorced, and it's like you don't want to have to play with. It's like your option shouldn't be like either not playing or playing with someone who you maybe don't have a good relationship with. So that was the point of the Portal. We've now gotten to a point where like we're recruiting out of it. We're going for like the 7th best team a week after they had a good upset win.
Yeah. To
like joining the best team. Like that to me is where my problem with it comes. Is like that's not what it was designed for. I guess that's what it's being used for. It is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I couldn't care less. Like my team, ain't nobody hitting the portal, and we ain't picking anybody up in the portal. It's that simple.
Is there a fix?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just like, it sucks, because that's not what it's supposed to be for.
Yeah. Do you think, like, moving up the deadline
Yeah, that would be the one take. Is like after week 5.
Week 5 was what I had in mind.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. Because my take is like I don't like. Yeah, I don't like it, and like.
Well, I do. So as someone who like I will say the full time, like I think this league should embrace any opportunity to become more competitive. Like that's just my personal take. And so I think it's like from a competitive, like making the most competitive teams. Like I don't hate what is happening with the transfer portal right now, but obviously like if it's being misused and it needs a fix, then I think week 5 would be.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Yeah, it's so interesting, and like something I strongly push the board of this in my off-season email. I've said this in the past. Like, I wish the board was willing to accept, like, the power that we want to give them sometimes as captain.
Sure.
And it's like, kind of feel like they pick and choose when they want to have power. And it's like, why can we not review things on a case-by-case basis? Make it week 5.
Sure.
And it's like, if you want to leave after week 5, it's a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
And my take is, it's like, hey, me and Ryan got a divorce. He's an asshole. He was fucking the girl across the hallway.
Sure.
Don't want to play with him anymore. Rational reason.
Sure.
I understand that. Separate teams. Good to go. And especially, like, I would assume you will be like, yeah, no, I fucking don't want to play with her either, So it's like, I assume we'd all be good there. And, like, that goes into the playoff eligibility thing. I had a conversation with a board member about this the other day. It's like, going back to the Sonya and David situation when they're and the lying and the having someone pretend to be someone else. And I know, like, so many people get caught up. They did the wrong thing. They should. It's like, no, I don't think they did, because they wanted to play kickball and they did the one thing they knew would guarantee them to get to play kickball. And there was absolutely no reason for anyone to think the board was going to allow something else to happen, because they never have.
Sure.
They've never been like, oh, you know what? It is okay to play without 3 games. It is. They've never, ever, ever done that. And like the AO situation a couple years ago when he was sick, and they had to throw him out there to play to get an inning in.
That's bullshit.
And it's like, to me, it's like people pick and choose when kickball's for all, or kickball like following the spirit of the game and like most fun wins and for it's like people pick and choose their shit, and I just don't like that. And like for me, it's like,
I mean, Jaron all last year was defending our country and comes back and they're like, well, he doesn't have 3 weeks here. It's like, bro.
It's like, it should be a case-by-case basis.
Sure,
And, like, I'll use Junior, for example. Like, we've had to, and mind you, like, he's healthy enough that he could do it, where we, like against D-Holds, we stood him out in deep right field just to stand there. We did it against Sacred Sword, just to make sure that nobody would try and fuck us over and not let him be playoff eligible. But it's like, the idea behind that rule is so that I don't show up to the playoffs with 7 Zacks.
Yeah.
That I fucking found 7 Zacks in Las Vegas.
Sure.
And brought them, flew them all out here to I come win a championship.
Yeah.
That is the spirit of that rule. Like, we don't want people doing that. Junior having an injury that, like, he heals at the end of the season is, like, going to be good to go and is already on our team, has been planning to be on our team, bought fucking jerseys and shit. It's like, that is, we should be letting him play.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre.
And it's like the AO situation. It's like, he's been in this league for so long. He's been on this team for so long. He's missing part of the season because of a health issue. We should be allowing him to play. And so I would just love to live in a world where the board starts to, like, be like, hey, you know what? Like, things can be on a case-by-case. And it's like, if the board says yes 90% of the time and says no 10% of the time, that is better than saying no 100% of the time. Yeah. And it's like, and if they're like, hey, it really needs to be clear. Like, it needs to be this person, like, lives here or has been on your team for a while. It's like, it needs to be a sickness. It needs to be a family member sickness. It needs to be defending our country. It needs to be something not like they just didn't feel like showing up to play, or hey, we picked them up in week 8. It's like, no, that person has been here, has been on the team, or I know like Harpies even had a situation like a year or 2 ago where like all their girls were going to be gone like 1 week, and it's like, well, hey, they knew that about 2 weeks out. It's like, okay, hey, well, if you can go get some girls that can play this week and then also play in the playoffs, it's like perfectly fine. It's like, you're not going out and finding the 3 best, getting fucking Trinity Rodman and Sha'Carri Richardson, to come fucking play.
Well, I do, like, my heart and my gut is telling me that world might not be, too far away.
No, I agree.
I think the board is trending the right direction. I certainly wish they would let us comment on their posts. That'd be cool. Freedom of speech is great, but it's all good.
Yeah. I'll say this. We don't need to harp on this too much. Is this. I think that the board is going to have some turnover in this offseason. Whether good or bad, who knows? But progressively, progressively, I think it will be good.
Sure.
I think that I think the board infrastructure is going to have an overhaul. I think there's been some people brought on to make sure that happens. I think, my situation brought to light some flaws in their system, some flaws in the processes. I had quite a few former board members, who I spoke to during the process, throughout the process, after the process, and getting their opinions, good or bad. And this league started as a bunch of service employees playing kickball on a Sunday night, and they've kind of kept the same infrastructure through all that time. That's not what it is anymore. And it's beautiful that that's not what it is, but it's not what it is anymore. And so, I think they just need to shore up some things. I think get some new blood in there, more new blood in there. I think some older blood, is carrying feelings or biases or experiences that they, feel are important to them. And it's progression is important.
Yeah, I agree.
In all things of society. And I don't know if you saw my shirt that I showed up to last week. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Yeah.
It's yes, this is just a charity kickball league at the end of the day, but it's charity is important. Mm-hmm. I mean, this kickball league does well, and I've had a lot of conversations with people that were very upset with what I did and this and the other, and it's just because the board represents the charity does not mean the board is good. And I'm not saying the board is bad, but I was just because you represented something good doesn't mean you are good. Because if that's what it means, brother, nobody in this league has given more money to charity in the past 2 years than me. Nobody. Yeah. I mean, do you know who fucking gave the money to Michael Shane Baxter for the fucking cow?
Oh, who's that?
This guy. And the only reason I did that was I told him I would do that before all this shit went down. I would not, admittedly, would not have done that after all this shit went down. But I told him, hey, if you don't get all those sold, I'll cover the difference. The difference was a lot of money. Was a lot of money. And so it is what it is. But it's that doesn't automatically qualify me as a great guy, and that's very apparent because people don't think I'm a great guy. And so it's for me, I think there's a separation there. And do I think a majority of the board members are have ill will or are bad people? No, I do not. But it's I don't think they're good people just because they're on a charity board. Yeah. I'm on multiple charity boards. Sure. And it's that doesn't make me the world's fucking greatest person either.
I think that's just easy to hide behind.
Yes, I agree.
And I think obviously if you haven't listened to Bryson, but I don't know, I think it was the last solo one you did.
Yeah.
Obviously go listen to that because that kind of breaks down everything. But I think the one thing that I think has been true, and this is, I'm obviously biased. I'm friends with you. I'm friends with Sean. I'm not going to act like this isn't a biased take, but I think it has been true that ever since you shoved a girl off first or whatever, I think there has been that picture of you since then, and that's that's all I'm going to touch on about your podcast because people can go listen to that if they want to hear your side of the story. But I think that was the glaring thing to me is there's been a bias ever since I've been in the league. It's they're Bryson. That it's okay.
It is funny too because it's we had a little sit down with the board, a couple board members, and a mediator who I won't speak of, who's a kind of a founder of the KVKL. And that person's eyes were brought to light on some things that went down in this process and stuff. And it's I think we all agreed, it's the board made that final statement. We were supposed to make conjoining statements. That statement that was made last week before the game, at midnight. We were supposed to make conjoining statements at the same time.
Do we consider that a statement?
I don't know what I consider that. I consider that to be bullshit, if I'm being honest with you. But anyways, it's supposed to be they're going to admit they made some mistakes in the process and it escalated it out of control. I was going to take some accountability for everything. We were going to move on. A few of them just refused to accept that reality, which is honestly kind of sad. And
sure.
At this point, I've completely just moved on. I really don't care. People can say whatever they want to me. I'm a firm believer in freedom of speech. I said this I maybe publicly commented 3 times, and I said this to Haman, who was running his mouth left, right, and center, pretending he knows everything under the sun. And I said, dude, I'm glad you speak. I think everyone should speak. It's if you're fucking livid, I did this. Speak on it. And it's you're starting to see more people. I know you saw the post. It's people wanted to speak. And Sherwood, a lot of people have been dunking on me 100%. And I knew that when I did it, and I accepted that. But for me, I don't think it's ever the wrong thing to stand up for yourself, or ever the wrong thing to stand up for your friends and what you believe in. And for me, it felt like some people had some power and they're abusing the shit out of it. And so I don't know. That was my take on the matter. It is what it is. We don't need to harsh into too much detail on the matter. But yeah, that's my take. We're moving on from that. And I hope everyone else is able to move on in some capacity as well and get back to playing kickball. And if you're mad about it, my kickball team plays games, bro. Come beat us. That's the best thing you could do. That's why I thought it was why. I mean, and I get it. And like I know you and I talked, and I tried to tell you how crazy it was.
I know. Oh,
and
yeah,
you were like, no.
I was like, Bryson,
fine.
this is gonna be over in a
Dude,
week.
I was
This
like,
will be
no, I
over
told
in
you
a
it'd be
week.
crazy, bro. But like, Johnny's the other thing, bro. I've talked to my people. I don't really give a fuck about. I really don't give a shit about majority of people's opinions of me. I work on the internet. I know how the internet works, bro. I got more followers than everybody in KVKL times 10, bro. Like, I know what it's like on the internet. I know what it's like when people who don't know you have opinions of you. You just can't care about that stuff. And that's why I'm not going to pretend I'm fucking famous or celebrity, but it's like, you just don't, those people don't give a shit about people who don't know them, and I don't give a shit about people who don't know me. So it's like, these people are like, oh, Bryson's the worst. We got to forfeit. We're not going to play against him. Fine. You fucking have that opinion. There's like 3 people on that Johnny's team who I care about or talk to anyone outside of them.
Sure.
I talk to those people. We're good. The rest of them can go fuck themselves. Couldn't care. I'm just kidding. Don't go fuck yourself. But I'm just saying, like, I don't care. And it's like, if you want to hate me, that's fine. But I'm just glad we're getting back to playing kickball. And I just hope if you got a problem with me, you're going to try and pull up on a kickball field and beat us. And I don't think you will, but you can sure as hell try. So.
I think that's why it'd be fun to have seen Free State play you guys at some point.
Dude, I'll say this. We played Free State twice. We scrimmaged them and played in a charity tournament. Smoked their ass both times. I think they run ruled them in the charity tournament. Those dudes don't want the smoke, bro. That's like, I'm going to say this. I am completely and totally omitting 2 people from this. Seth Sanchez and Aaron. 2 people who I have a ton of respect for. On a personal level. Not like, I respect them on a kickball level too. Especially Aaron. Aaron's fucking good. But like, I respect them a lot on a personal level. The rest of that Free State team, bunch of loudmouth, scaredy cat, fucking wannabes, used to bees, whatever the fuck he bees, bro. Because we
keep going. Just
smoked the shit out of them, bro. And we like, and mind you, like, I think they're a good team. I do. I really think Free State's a good team. But we would run rule them whenever, wherever, however we decided. And as I said, bro, Free State has 2 regular season losses since mid-June last year. Me and JDE, bro. My team last year was horrible. We were horrible. And we beat them, bro. I own Free State. And as I said on this podcast already, I'm going to say it again. I am Free State's daddy, bro. I own them. So they can lip off and say, take your Mickey Mouse championship. Free State will never play for the championship. They'll be lucky to play for the Twain. Stay in your lane. Again, everything I said did not apply to Seth and Aaron because I love them both personally, and I think they're great people. The rest of you, come see me on the kickball field anytime because I will smoke the shit out of you.
Bro.
And I'm going to say this, Ryan, I actually got to call you out. I can't believe you let Jeremy fucking burn you, bro, because that's
bro,
the shit.
I've heard,
they get their fucking egos all boosted up, bro. You playing in the 2s.
Bro,
you playing in the 2s.
I've seen everybody in the top 10 make fucking errors.
No, I agree.
So Jeremy got one fucking 200 feet up in the air, gave me too much time to try to read it, and then I realized I was fucking burned. And guess what? I've heard the same shit from Corbin running his little stupid mouth. Well, guess what, Corbin? I can do a fucking squat with my knees. So, come on, bro. No, I love Corbin. And honestly, great, good kick, Jeremy. I mean, you got it high. It was hard to track. I
want to say this. I know you've seen Huddy's comment on that thread, bro.
Sure.
That was the funniest shit I ever seen, bro. It was like home run in the 2s, pop up in the 1s, bro.
Sure.
That is like, not, again, like, I just think at the end of the day, I think you made a mistake. And that's fine. Like, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
I've seen Shane's drop the ball. I've seen Shane's
I will
drop
say,
the ball.
I think
Zach
that
drop the ball.
I think that triggered something because then I played the worst game against Armor of my life. Granted, I was in the car for like 9 hours before, and but like it was awful.
Yeah, it was like, it's one of those things where it's like, we got people limping off over. Like, that's like a legitimate, like, pop fly in the woods.
Yeah,
like, it's like,
yeah.
And that is what it is.
Well, it's
like,
legitimately a pop fly in the 2s.
Yes, no, 100%.
It was a terrible read.
Yes, 100%. It's like, it's so funny. But, yeah, man. And, like, mind you, this is the shit I love. Like, that thread is like when KVKL's at its peak. Like, we're chirping each other.
Dude,
and it's like, in one of those things where I think they turned comments off, didn't they?
On which one?
On that on the film thread.
They probably
I think they did because,
I don't
like,
know.
It's like we were getting, like, Washi started chirping us and shit. And, like, we're getting into it with Washi.
I love it.
And it's like, bro, Washi, you was begging us to pick you up, bro.
Sure.
And like, it's just one of those things where it's like that's KVK at its finest. It's like no one's attacking each other personally.
Yeah.
It's all kickball related, and we're at the top part of the league where we are playing to win and to beat each other.
Do you remember my post where I called out Aaron Adams for yelling about my team, making up lies about my team, and being like the least fun game they've ever played in? Do you remember that? Like,
I
on
remember
that
the
real
idea of it
podcast.
because at the end of the day,
That
all
post
I
is
ever
still
hear
up there.
is
Never
Aaron
got
Adams
taken down.
Yapping.
It
That's all
was.
she
I mean, there were
does is
people.
yap.
There were people talking in the fucking comments, but like everything else was like it's up there. It is still up. You can go view it right now. And,
Yeah.
like you can see it. It's just crazy.
It was actually a really funny post. I don't think I ever sent it to you. It just like randomly popped up when I like looked up KVK.
Sure.
Derek Davis, current commissioner of the league. It's
Sure.
like actually really funny. I think I did send this to you.
Did you? You probably
His
did.
2020 COVID thread, like calling out the board.
No shit. I don't think you did.
He's like calling out the board, and like bitching and moaning about the board. What team do you think the first person in the comments defending the board is on?
No autographs?
Yep.
No kidding.
Yep.
It's not you. It's Jess.
Defending the fuck out of the
Wow.
board in the comments. And it's like it's one of those things where it's just like that's so funny to me. And like it's like life, and like mind you, like that was a crazy time. Like that was like it was like a there were some arguments breaking down. Like should we play? Should we not play? Whatever. But it's like so funny to like people lose perspective a lot,
Sure.
and that's like honest to God, the people who I've had like real conversations about the whole past month situation with. That's what it's. These people just like lost perspective,
Sure.
and like I think the board lost perspective of what their role in this league was. I think I lost perspective a little bit on like I think I took it a little bit too personally because it was personal
Sure.
and not a kickball related thing. It became a personal thing, and so I was like, hey, you know what, like you guys can do whatever you want to my kickball team, but like you ain't gonna walk all over me.
Sure.
And that's what it comes down to for me. Is like I still stand by. It's like I stood on business. I stood up for myself, and I told them I was gonna stand up for myself. And they didn't. They called my bluff.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't stand up for myself, they would think they could walk all
Sure,
over me. And
sure.
so it's like I'm gonna stand up for myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's. I love this league, man. I want nothing to change. I want the comments to be turned on, and it's like,
Yeah, that's a
and
good one.
and Lauren's thing today on Facebook was perfect, where it's like, there's no reason to turn the comments off unless you're trying to prevent a certain conversation or certain things being said, because the rules still apply in the Facebook group. I can't be like Ryan's a fat fuck in the comments. I
Sure.
can't say that.
Right,
I can't be like Ryan's a fat lonely piece of shit and deserves to fucking get AIDS. Like I can't.
Why
say
was that all true that you just said? Too? That's fucking great.
It was like why I can't say that. No matter how
Sure.
much I fucking believe it, I can't say it because that is breaking the code of
Sure.
conduct, and I would get in trouble and be punished on a kickball level. So it's like. Sure, like, will people every once in a while, will somebody fucking bark at somebody in the comments? Yeah, sure, but it's like, that person wasn't properly fucking punished either when that happened, and they would be now, but it's like, to me, it makes no sense to be turning the comments off. The only thing that honestly made sense to turn the comments off was Derek's post last
Sure.
week of like, it was just like, they were trying to say, hey, let's just move on. That's the only post that I think.
Sure.
I think the lawsuit thread should have the comments on, the Heat thing should have the comments on. People should be allowed to speak.
I think Derek's thread should have still. I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. The one thing is like in a world where the comments were on and all the other stuff, Derek's post comments being off would have made sense.
Sure.
Where it's like hey, like we are just trying to move on and
Yeah.
get back to playing kickball.
Yeah.
And so like for me, it's like it's one of those things where it's like I'm gonna make a really egregious fucking comparison here, and I don't think I've made this comparison to you. Is like, dude, the silencing level's getting like Nazi Germany level
Sure.
here, bro. And it's like, do I think we're in Nazi Germany? No, I do not. I don't think that at all. But it's like, you just like silencing people. One is like not going to help them be on your side. It might have helped you. It might have helped create your narrative in the first place, the first time you did it.
Sure.
But it's like people want to be able to speak and ask questions, and like it's not fair to those who don't take the extra step. Like on Lauren's post today, Liz Carr's like, I didn't like that the Heat thing was locked. Like I had questions. I went to the board and got my questions answered. But like, there's other people who probably didn't do that and didn't get their questions answered. And it's like, it's the fucking internet, man. It's like if Jess or me or Trey or someone you don't like is in that comment section saying we should play. If Ryan Pendry's in that comment section saying we should play,
Give
it's
me a
not
voice.
that hot.
Give me a voice. If you're gonna be mean, give me a voice. You just did a voice.
I'm Ryan. We should play today. It's not that hot. It's
Thank
like
you.
if Ryan's in there saying that bullshit and you like that upsets you, ignore him.
Give me an angry reaction.
Yeah,
like I don't give a fuck what
it's
you
like,
do. Like,
bro, just ignore him.
Yeah.
It's like there's no reason to not let us fucking speak, because
Yeah.
what's going to happen is we're going to speak in the fucking shadows,
Sure,
bro.
sure.
And what's going to happen is the majority of people, when they're speaking in the shadows, are going to talk shit, because most people won't do that in the fucking light. Most people only talk shit behind people's back. And so now you've created the situation where only speaking behind closed doors, and we're all like, the board's stupid, the board's fucking idiots, what are we fucking doing, why are we fucking canceling this shit, why are we doing this? It's like, bro, let us fucking speak. And it's like, if somebody goes in there spreading information, if fucking Marcus is in that fucking thread saying it's not even that hot, the city said they could play and they're being weenies, it's like they could be like, hey, you know what? Like, no, that's not. They could have as a board either use the KVKL page or whatever. They could contact Marcus and say, hey, don't comment that. We're deleting your comment. Or they could reply and be like, this is untrue. It's like silence is not the answer, bro. It's never been the answer ever, ever, ever. And there's a reason why the First Amendment of the United States of America gives us the freedom of speech against the government. Which, mind you, this isn't a government issue, but the KVKL is the government in this argument. And it's like, silencing people is not the answer. And I'll say this, I have no problem saying this, somehow, some way, a month later, the KVKL board still has not learned what people's rights in this fucking country are, because they fucking tried to violate my rights and I fucking woke them the fuck up. And they're still fucking violating people's rights. I don't get it. I don't get why they fucking move this way. It makes no sense to me. It's like, hey, let people talk.
Sure.
And if people break the rules, that's the easiest thing they could ever do is like somebody breaks the rules in the Facebook group and like doesn't get to play a kickball game because of it, and then that will never happen again.
Yeah.
And like that is the way. It's like, again, if I want to say Ryan's and Matt especially is stinky at fucking kickball, I'm gonna say he's stinky at kickball, bro. But I'm not gonna say Ryan's a fat lazy piece of shit. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, sure. So I have two questions that I'm going to ask you.
You are allowed to ask questions.
They're going to go on like two separate branches, I'm sure. And so if I forget one of them, whatever. But I don't know if you really want to talk about this on here. We talked about it a little bit before, so if you don't want to, you can just...
I'm a freedom speaker. I'll talk all day.
But you did mention that you certainly don't think this will be posted in the KVKL page.
Correct.
So let's talk about that a little bit. How does that make you feel?
I don't really care. I think it's like, dude, like...
Why do you think they won't?
I just think that, I mean, the censorship level is at an all-time high right now, and I just think like they don't want to support anything that makes them or could make them look bad.
Sure.
And, like, that is a testament to themselves. They very clearly at this point think they're all great people and doing the right thing by us all at all times, which, like, good for them that they think that.
Sure.
I don't know how I would sleep at night if I was them, but that's just me.
I will say too, like, I have a good relationship with like 80% of the boards. I'm really not speaking on a lot of them because I know most of them are just genuinely good people and they're probably trying their best. But I also wanted to ask, what do you think the like behind the scenes of the board was like while all this was going down? All the I would like to, I think from I haven't heard much from anybody really, but like I would imagine there's some sort of like sides being taken or almost like a civil war amongst the board. It's kind of where.
Well, I think from what I know from things that were leaked out, I think the general take at the beginning was like they were on like a pretty united front on it all until they realized some of them realized, hey, maybe we don't know the whole truth about what happened in that kickball game, and two, some of them were like, wait, maybe I don't personally hate Bryce in the level some of these other people do, and I think that is kind of what created some civil unrest in there. And then I think some people in there were treating board members differently than others, like veteran board members treating newer board members as lesser humans, veteran board members going after Sean because he's on my team, like we play together, like I think that then starts to push people like, hey, I like Sean's great, like Sean didn't do anything wrong here, and Sean has complied and like said this, that, the other, and then it's like now you're going after Sean because Bryson says you can't go after him. And so it's like I think that started to create some civil unrest. I think for the most part they're pretty calm. I know it's so funny because everyone's like, oh, Sean's telling Bryson. I know that's what everyone thought. It's like, dude, Sean and I do not talk. It's like, one, because I don't really care, and there's nothing that the board members talk about in Sean's presence that would have to do with me that like I would care about to begin with. And so it's like, Sean does not fucking tell me shit. The only comments Sean and I had during this entire process was when my lawyer emailed the board and told them, you have until 4 p.m. today to take all of this back, or you're going to have a problem at your doorstep. And they sent Sean to like beg me not to do it.
Yeah.
And instead of just saying, hey, we're going to drop it and like make you out. It's like, I still to this day stand by, they could have made me out to be the biggest asshole in the world by dropping it and then letting it just leak out. And it would have leaked out to the grapevine. Bryson threatened to sue the league.
Sure.
And like, whatever, then the board unsuspended him. And it's like, that's not what happened. They wanted to fight. And then they realized it's their own pockets that were going to be at exchange if and when they lost. And they also, with all due respect, they violated my fucking rights as an American. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I think that, like, everyone's like, oh, Sean, like, I think a couple board members were like, Sean had to be the one telling him everything. But it's like, the only conversation I had with Sean is like, he's like, dude, I know nothing. Like, they removed me from the conversations. They removed me. I don't think, like, when they're getting, I think if you emailed the board after that happened, it didn't go to Sean. Like, normally it forwards to all of them.
Yes.
Like, Sean was removed from all that. He's like, I know nothing. And he's like, that's the way it's going to be. And that's fine. And he's like, you know my stance. My stance is that, like, we didn't do anything wrong, which is what the video shows. And you've seen the video. And it's like, to me, and, you know, I talked to a lot of former board members during this. A lot of them. Like, a lot of them. And the biggest thing they always said is, like, that is true is that, like, you kind of get rewarded for complaining. You know, it's like, because it's like, if I play the Tropics, and then I email the board the next morning, I'm like, Ryan's a fucking piece of shit. He did this, and Matt did this, and Jaron did this.
So your voice is down there, and my voice is up here.
And Drennan did this, and
oh, now you're drunk.
Now you're drunk. Guys, and Monica did this, and it's like, I've now accused you of like 45 fucking crimes.
Sure.
And so now the board has to like go out and like, I don't want to say they're like taking people as guilty before they're proven innocent, but it's like that's kind of what happened.
Sure.
And I think because of the environment that one of the board members walked into, you know, in their minor assisting of the game, I think, you know, from the other ones who maybe watched, and then also, you know, obviously one of them also was on the other team, and her jaded point of view, I think they're like, yep, they are guilty. I think that was their point of view, is that they were guilty and they had no desire to find out we were innocent. And like, they found out we were innocent after I told them, hey, you're gonna have a problem at your doorstep if you don't start. And it wasn't a, hey, don't suspend you. It was a, hey, give us a civil and just punishment. Don't give us a biased one. If you're gonna punish us, punish them too. Punish the ref too. Nobody else was gonna get punished except us, which is just completely disgusting, honestly. And I know that a majority of people don't like us. I was at our game of the week. I heard what everybody had to say. I don't give a fuck. But it's like, you don't get to treat people like that just because you don't like them for what I was like. And I said that I've had conversations with... I've never had a conversation with a single board member that wasn't kickball.
Sure.
Not a single one of them. Not a single one of them have I ever had a conversation with that wasn't kickball related. And most of it, like I've never really talked to Riley ever. Like Avery, our only conversations ever were me helping out with the preseason charity thing.
The
bar crawl. You know, it's like Brooks. He's like my team's board member. Our only conversations have been, you know, kickball related and schedule related. Didn't really ever talk to Brand. Like the only reason I even really know who Brand is because my ex-girlfriend's a teacher and like, you know, they work together. So it's like, I don't know. It's one of those situations that just doesn't sit right with me, man. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, you're an asshole. You know, sue the board, sue the league, whatever, which is perfectly fine. It's like, if you think I was going to come after money for the league, you're just dumb. You know, for me, it was like a wake-up call to them that they don't get to treat people like this because they don't like them for whatever reason. And I don't know, it's like...
Sure. You know what I thought was pretty cool is after the game of the week against Rays, that was Morgan Beer's birthday, and so like we went out and I like ran into, it was really strange. I ran into Aaron Schnall at replay. Like I did not expect seeing him, and then I got to see. Because I was talking to Aaron a little bit, and then I think Bovey walked by, and I got to see them kind of like clear the air on what happened between them two, which is like really minuscule, obviously. It's not a big deal.
No, well, you know what sucks is like it got made to be a big deal.
Sure, yeah. It's
like he was supposed to get an IFU.
Which one?
Aaron. And it
for quoting Jeff.
No. Well, the reason cited to me was that he was talking to arguing with refs, yelling at refs, and he didn't talk to a single ref the entire game. He didn't talk to a single ref the entire game. And the whole Jeff thing, like, mind you, Aaron had a couple beers.
Absolutely.
Aaron was drinking a little bit. And, like, and this is one of the, it just does not sit right with me, dude. is that like the Jeff Bovey like forced apology, forced in trouble thing is like, dude, like Jeff doesn't believe what he typed
It's
there.
fucking funny.
And like, what's the point? And like Sean's thing too is like, what's the point of forcing people to say things they don't fucking believe? It's like, dude, Jeff said the fuck no autographs thing. We addressed it. I made my fucking montage like making fun of his thing with the like Love Garden. We beat the fuck out of him, and it's like Aaron, had a couple drinks and does not know Jeff. That's what it comes down to. Doesn't know him, huh? Aaron, he doesn't know Jeff.
Yeah,
he doesn't know Jeff at all, and so it's like then he's like coming out on the field to make decisions, and Aaron says to Seth Sanchez, hey, they're bringing out the fuck no autographs guy to come make a decision, and then it's like. And I understand, if I was Jeff, I understand why he got offended by that. I have no qualms. Like, I 100% understand that. And so that's why those two were able to put that away, because, like, it wasn't that serious. And, like, I get Jeff's great person.
Sure.
And he, like, felt that he needed to apologize for that and, like, take accountability, which I appreciate and respect. But, like, the wildest thing to me, and every single former board member I talked to completely agree. It was one of the first things they always talked about. Like, for me, I don't give a fuck about the forfeit. I don't give a fuck about forfeit. Redlegs want to think they fucking beat us, bro. Be my fucking guest, because God forbid you're the 7th seed, you're going to have to fucking play us again. And you're not going to be able to scratch Scott out of our fucking lineup, and Marcus ain't getting hurt, bro.
Sure.
And may God be fucking with you guys. That's all I have to say. It's like, for me, everyone's like, I don't think you guys should have had to forfeit because, like, board member went out there, like, you got to stand by the board member, which I agree with. Like, I actually genuinely cannot believe that they threw Jeff under the bus. That actually just genuinely doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
And like I don't know how they got to that point. It's like actually like really, really disgusting and disappointing to me that they did that, because it's like you guys are in charge of the league. And one of your members, and that's the point of the schedule, the point of everything is that you guys can like make final calls and help out with refs. The refs needed your help. They sent Jeff out there. The refs wanted to do the wrong thing. I told them, hey, I don't think you can do that. They bring Jeff out here. Jeff tells them, nope, you can do what you wanted to do. And then they just like completely backtrack that. And again, like my team, bro, with all due respect, we are smarter than every other fucking team in this league. Like I thought out every scenario. We won. We could have scratched me in Dakota and got Sean up to kick if we needed to. We could have played with 9. Like Jeff's like, let's just play with 9. Like over and over again, it was like, let's just play with 9.
Sure.
It's like we knew every possible outcome. We just wanted to know what was going on. And it all started with Sean walking up to Simon and saying, hey, I need to be scratched. It all started with us doing the right thing, and we got told that we didn't need to do it, and then we're ending up with a situation where you're throwing a board member under the bus for giving the wrong advice, and you're giving my team a forfeit, and that doesn't sit right with me, and it's like, that is just another thing where it's like, to me, it's a very, very, very clear sign of, like, people not liking me and not liking our team, because it's like, how are you throwing him under the bus and not just, like, the board should have been like, hey, you know what? Jeff went on the field and gave the wrong answer. Jeff was wrong, which is perfectly fine. It's okay to be wrong. Jeff was wrong. This is not what should happen. But it's like you can't fucking overturn the score into a forfeit, because one, the forfeits mean nothing, so you really didn't do things, and you're punishing me for what the scorebook did. It's like if the scorebook tells you that you're up to kick, but it's really Matt, what are you gonna do?
Go up to kick.
It's like they're like, nope, Ryan, it's not you. Ryan, it's not you. It's Matt. It's like, no, it's me. It's like. It's one of those things where I can't just like sit there and commandeer the game from the refs.
Yeah, and I think it definitely sits not right, sits wrong for me with Jeff, is because I think also he's like, when I was talking about like the 80% board members, I think he's one of those guys who's putting everything into being a good board member.
Yes.
He's trying to make his decisions with good intentions.
Yes,
and it's
100%.
like,
I agree.
So and that's like a person that I need on the board. I want to see on the board,
agreed.
and so it's like, oh, like what if that like puts a bad taste in his mouth? He's like, okay,
Agreed.
cool, like it's just like it's shitty.
Yeah, agreed. I've never disagreed with something more in my life than I disagree with them throwing him under the bus. And I'll give Jeff his flowers too. He was the only / the first. The only. He's the one who set up our sit down discussion. Yeah. He reached out. He actually ended up not being able to make it. But it was him. He wanted to make this situation go away. And if I'm being transparent, the one thing I was somewhat hopeful for when I found out the board was going to fight me on this was I was like, the good news of all this is all this shit's going to get aired out. Everything they've said about me and about anyone during all this is going to come to light. And it's I think the board would be in a better spot because we'd get rid of some of those people who are, with all due respect, not operating with the league's best interests in mind at all times.
Puppet master.
Yeah, and so I think for me, I was like, some of those board members it's gonna come out wow, these board members are actually good people and these ones are not, and I was perfectly okay with that. And so I don't know. To me, it's just like, I hope Jeff. You know, I know at least from what I've gathered talking to him and Brooks, and I think like Brand's kind of expressed the same as well. It's like they just wanted to move on and like get the league back to playing kickball, and we're there, which is great. And they did a fantastic job in facilitating that. And they deserve the credit for that, and the others don't. Like that's the most important thing. Like, you know, I'm sure you're friends with Jess on Facebook. Like, Jess doesn't stop talking about all. And it's like to me, it actually is important that people know that like certain board members did want to get us back to playing kickball, and certain didn't.
Sure.
And I'm not going to air it all out, but it's like the ones who did deserve to continue being on this board and are the exact people we need running this kickball league.
Absolutely.
And the others are not. And that's my opinion. Yeah. And then I'm ready to move on from this.
Yeah,
So
let's move on. Flowers to Jeff. Good job, man.
Yes. And let's...
Hey, I have a question. Is this Invictus team the greatest of all time? Greatest of all time in KBKL. Look at what they're doing.
No, dude. I'm not... Okay. Based off what we saw Sunday night, I'm not sure this team beats Johnny's in 2020.
Their first cup. Second. Yeah, that Johnny's team was disgusting.
Yeah, and like you know, because I think I think his name is Ryan, not the one
Ryan
that plays.
G? No.
The G, the shorter
Ryan
guy.
G, yeah.
He's like not there a lot anymore. Not like. You know, I wouldn't have said he was a world beater by any means, but it's like that he was good. It's like they had Austin Myers on that team playing shortstop too, which made them unstoppable.
Sure.
It's like that team to me would beat this. And I'm saying that because like that Johnny's team was in that game on Sunday night. Now, the film got fucked up, so you're not gonna be able to watch it all.
Yeah.
No respect meant what I'm about to say. There was some egregious calls that, mind you, Invictus won that game by like 8. So, and I'll never blame the refs guy. And again, I'm not even in that fucking game. But there were some very egregious calls in the game that completely and totally removed Johnny's chance from fighting in the game. And so, to me, the fact that Johnny's was able to fight in with that team, given how good that Invictus team is, makes me think that one Johnny's team would probably beat them.
Interesting. That's interesting. So you think you would say that in your opinion, 24 Johnny's greatest of all time?
Yeah, like having Austin Myers is a top 5 third baseman. They had him playing shortstop. That's just like
this is of all. You think this is of all time? Like since you've been in the league, like
I don't think any of the teams. I think like this is like a NBA. Like every NBA team now would smoke Michael Jordan's team.
Well, sure, yeah, it's relative to the time that you're playing in.
Yeah, it's like to me, this like the run Johnny's was on, and that 2024 team was like the best. Like they were playing picture perfect current meta kickball. Like what they did with inverting the infield, like moving Michael there and moving Shane to catcher and moving Jeff over to the third base to play first base. Basically, it's like what they did. Everyone tries to do that now. It's like they created the meta, and it's like I'm a firm believer, and like that's the stuff that makes like the difference between like the elite teams and the great teams. And like as I said, like not very many teams are doing it yet, but it's like I promise you. Teams will realize moving a guy to second base and moving a girl to first base when there's runners on and people are going to kick is the right move. It's
thank God I didn't ask Cougar that question. He would have pulled someone out from
2006.
Hey
man, happy shot, happy shot, 2012. They beat Auburn.
God, Bryce.
That's what he would have done.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. He's like, my flash drive's gone though. Fucking crazy, bro.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah,
Cougar,
this Invictus team's fucking good though, man. The fact they got Jimmy's insane.
I thought that might put him over the top, but I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is that's interesting is like it really helps their offense. And like what sucks for me is like I have no real gauge of like how well we can stop them and what to do to fix them because we played them on a week where like Invictus is good at kick, dude. They are like great kickers, but it's like with all due respect, that team is not a team that is known or even consistently going to kick the ball over your head.
Sure.
And they fucking smack the ball over our head 45 different times. So it's like it's impossible to know like how my team's going to fend off against them and like at Hobbs, which is obviously kind of their home arena. They played so many fun games there. But yeah, I need to go pee real quick. You yap about something. I'll be right back.
Okay. I want to see who is undefeated right now. I know there's
Coleman and Invictus.
2 teams. Coleman and Invictus. Yeah, Ghost lost their first one. That shout out Ghost though for even like going this far with what they've done. Like that's very impressive. And then obviously like Holman. I don't know how high. I think them versus Harpies. I think that would be their ceiling. I think them versus Harpies would be a banger game. This marquee matchup stuff, I mean, this sucks. I'm certainly pro rematch. I would have loved to see like I had Woost versus Holman in my little marquee games, but I think they could do better. And then I'd love to see obviously Invictus versus no autographs, or Johnny's versus no autographs. But I don't think the board would have done Johnny's versus no autographs because that would have given them a whole other headache. But yeah, I think there could have been a lot of really fun marquee matchup games, especially if there was still like inter squad play. Yeah, what else? Oh, I recorded another Craig Denvers with Kai, man. Kai's a hell of an actor, so if you haven't seen that yet, we recorded that one. It's so easy, man. He just tells me what to do, and I just am like, yeah, don't get my face in it because I will be smiling. And I think Kai actually decided to make that Craig Denvers at the perfect time because it was still when things were kind of like cooling off from the whole Bryson versus KVKL. So yeah, I hope most of the people enjoyed watching that because they were fun. They're goofy and silly, and yeah, I just get beat up the whole time while Kai's an asshole. I also have it on record that Bryson didn't watch that one, which is fine.
Didn't watch what?
Craig Denvers.
Dude, I don't watch shit like that.
I
don't know
bro.
what you want me to say. As I said to you over text, bro, I saw who was in the comments. I saw what they were saying, and I knew that wasn't a video for me, bro. And that is why I live a happy life. I don't partake in things that I shouldn't or don't want to.
It's fucking awesome, bro. It's a good time, dude. I have fun. Like I said, Kai just tells me what to do, and I tell Monica, I say, if you put my face in the video, I will be laughing. So keep my face out of it.
What I missed? Anything? You say anything good?
I talked about. I did mention like how like it's a bummer that I'm pro rematch, and like so I was saying like obviously I think you versus Johnny's would have been sick. I think there was a couple fun games. I had Holman versus Woost. I mean I had some weird little but no, nothing interesting. I was just babbling.
Let's since there's no podcast this week, mind you they've kind of already given their predictions. But
sure.
Let's give you and I's predictions for these games this week. Okay. First responders Gators.
I think Gators. I
think
they're
responders.
Hot. Yeah, I think Gators because they're getting hot a little bit.
I'm a responders guy.
That's fine. I like responders. I do like responders a lot though. I think they're sneaky decent for where they're at.
This is a good game. Ghosts versus New Kicks.
I'm going Ghosts. As much as I love both, New Kicks are so.
I'm taking a contingency. If Haley plays,
if Haley's there,
New Kicks.
Sure.
No Haley, Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea. I don't want to text her right now. It's past my bedtime. Past her bedtime, probably too. Feral Femmes versus the Late Fees.
Feral Femmes.
Agreed. Bald Beavers versus the Rockets. That'll be a burner, bro.
I think Rockets win by 10.
By 10? Bro, don't disrespect
Rockets
the Bald Beavers.
Well, how can we...
Transitive property and kickball don't work, bro.
Yeah. I'm going
Bald Beavers.
I'm going Rockets by a good chunk.
Give me the Beavers. Regulators versus Ringers. That's a banger.
Oh, that could be extra innings. This is a pick'em. You gotta give your score too.
This is if Regulators had their full team, I think it's Regulators.
I think so too, but I don't think they will. What's the weather like? What time do they play?
7.
7?
Why I see 3.
I think Ringers win a barn burner, maybe just by 3 or so. If it wasn't hot and we think Regulators could be there, I think they could win it.
Empire versus Soda Jerks.
Did you say Ringers?
No, I said Regulators.
Oh, we haven't agreed on one.
No, we agreed on Feral Femmes.
Oh yeah. What's this one?
Empire
Soda Jerks.
We have to.
I think Soda Jerks wants to win it more. Over the whole Empire team.
Bro, Empire, man. Empire.
I'm going Soda Jerks because I think they want to win more.
Holman, Reese Jex. That's going to be a Holman.
Yeah, Holman.
Redlegs versus Sacred Sword.
Well, Redlegs smoked Sacred in the charity tournament. Obviously, that doesn't say a ton, but I know it wasn't even competitive. So I'm going Redlegs. I think Redlegs will take care of that one.
I think Sacred Sword. And if Sacred Sword has their whole team, it's not going to be close.
You don't think so?
It'll be
I do think. I will say. I think. I don't know if Sacred Sword's necessarily trending in a direction good or bad, but I think Redlegs are trending the wrong direction. I think you guys broke Redlegs.
I would agree.
I think you broke
They
Redlegs.
eat the rat poison, bro.
Yeah.
My team doesn't eat the rat poison.
Did you? So you said Sacred. I said Redlegs. Yeah. I mean, Redlegs are not trending in the right direction, but I think they need to get right, a win to get right, and I think that this will be the one.
This is a good one. Tropics versus the Woost. I lean Woost.
Say that again.
I lean the Woost.
Okay, you lean Moose by how many?
4.
Yeah, I got probably Tropics. I'm gonna put us by. I don't think we're gonna run roll them. I'm gonna say by 10.
Okay. Harpies versus the Rollers.
Harpies.
Agreed. D-Holes versus R-Bar. This is probably like
a marquee. This is a marquee matchup.
You know, fun fact. The winner of this game gets no autographs in the second round.
Wait, are you serious?
I mean, yeah, the winner of this is gonna be the
Sure.
15, unless they move Holman all the way to 15.
Or if you lose this Sunday.
Are we? Come on.
Unless
Who
you
you
lose
got?
this Sunday.
D-Holes, R-Bar. Who you got?
That's crazy. I played both of them. So our bar scored more and it was more competitive, but I think 7 out of 10 of our fielders probably played their worst game, and we still ran roll them. So I'm going to say, overall, I think D-Holes are better. So I'm going to say D-Holes win a close one.
I do think the D-Holes are better.
I think they win a close one, bro.
I do think the D-Holes are better, but I really fuck with the Aguilar twins.
Yeah, but everyone does, and they're still not. They still haven't done well this year.
Yeah.
Not saying the Aguilar twins haven't done well. I'm sure they've done great.
1 second, bro. I gotta read something. Clay Webb literally texted me earlier today. What did he
Dr.
say?
Webb.
I think they have their team now. I'm going R-Bar.
You think
I
you
believe.
think or you know they have their team?
I think they have their team, and that's enough for me to know they're going to win this
Okay.
game.
Okay.
I'm going R-Bar.
I don't hate it. I do not hate it. That's really like a coin flip.
Jazz House, LFK Race.
Jazz House.
Yeah, it's going to be Jazz House. Global Cafe versus Love Garden.
Love Garden.
Global Cafe.
Okay.
That'll be a good one. JD versus Shirt Factory.
JD.
JD as well. The thing I'm curious about is, like, I know Shirt Factory is going through some. I mean, Caitlin's done.
I was told that she will be playing.
No shot.
I was told, and like I said, I get everything through a grapevine. I was told Caitlin will be playing. I could be very wrong, and I have been numerous times, but I was told information, and this wasn't from anyone on Shirt Factory. I don't remember who told me this, but I was told that Caitlin is playing.
Are you playing?
And I don't know if it's going to be this next week or in the playoffs, but
Dude, don't you have to wait like 6 weeks after popping a baby out?
I've never had a child.
Me neither.
I don't know.
Me neither. I have never had a child.
I mean, playing this Sunday can't be worse than giving birth. She gave birth.
Yeah, but dude, bro, I won't pretend to be the most like anatomy understand, bro. Actually, I would say the opposite. I have no idea how. Like,
Sure.
I have no idea how any of that works, bro. I barely know how children are made.
Sure.
I understand the concept of it, where a man and woman are in love.
Where's the clitoris?
No idea. No, genuinely no idea, bro. My point here is that, like, I think when you pop the baby out, it creates a situation.
Sure, there's a problem.
There's a situation down there. And that situation is not the Jersey Shore situation.
Sure.
This is a, like, probably can't play kickball for a couple weeks situation while your body recovers.
It's like Haiti after the hurricane, probably.
That's a hell of a comparison.
Damn.
But sure.
Okay.
I just don't think she can play yet. But we'll find out. If Kaylin messages me back at some point during this podcast, I mean, I could call her, but I don't really want to.
My only thing is, I just hope that she does what's best for herself.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, JD, I think JD.
JD, yeah, I agree. No autographs versus dining badges.
No autographs.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I'm excited.
I think it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. I do, and I think there's some passionate people on that team about disliking me, which I think will help them play at a high level.
Here's what I'll say. I think the game will be 6 out of 9 innings competitive, but I think in 3 of those innings, I think you guys will score like 5 runs or more in those innings.
It'll be interesting, dude. Like I don't want to spend too much time talking about my team, man, but it's like some of us are like really humming right now, and like mind you, like the team in general is humming.
Sure,
but it's like Aaron hasn't gotten out bunting in like a month. I've only gotten out twice in a month.
Sure.
And Trey's doing a good job. It's like Chance has been doing really, really well as well. Even though this past week he didn't do well. He's been drinking a few too many twisted teas before the game.
Okay.
Chance and I might have to have a conversation about the amount of I'll give you a good take. Corbin is having a bad influence on my team.
Okay.
Because Corbin has nothing better to do than drink.
Mm-hmm.
And so he shows up to the games with his mom, Jess, and has alcohol, and it's like, oh, everybody drink with me.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, I mean, the young kids are like, yeah, we'll drink with you. And then, like, Chance is, like, hammered out there and, like, can't keep a bump on the ground and, like, tries to kick and, like, goes straight up in the air. But,
good boy.
I mean, Scott has been kicking really, really well. And, like, honestly, I think the best thing that happened to us this season was Scott getting scratched from our lineup, because it's like he was already kicking well, but now he's has taken it personally.
Scott?
Situation. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we're doing well. Jess was kicking horrible at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of the best kickers on the team right now.
Can she throw it home?
Huh?
Can she throw it home?
Can she throw it home? What does that mean?
In your game of the week, I mean, the
Oh
last
my
time I saw
God,
Jess
we're still
throw.
talking-
The last time I saw Jess throw a ball home, it was personally
Yeah.
it was game of the week. So
Here's the take.
sure.
She doesn't have to throw it home if nobody gets on third base.
Good.
That's our team motto there.
Good job.
But she's thrown some people out of one this recently.
Yeah. Probably.
But she's kicking really well. I mean, we're humming, man, and I think we're ready. I think Honey Badgers could have had us last week, though, dude. Like I couldn't walk. Jess looked like she had a fucking stick up her ass when she was walking a game of the week. Like, I know Chance was talking Saturday that he might not be able to play at all because his body was so sore.
No kidding,
dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
you guys.
Playing the 8 games sucks, but like doing it overnight where you're also like completely fucking your sleep schedule, so your body's not able to recover properly, is like horrible. It like really sucks.
Do you guys like? So, and I watched the last game a little bit.
Oh my god.
You guys lost, correct?
Yes.
Was it on a walk-off?
No.
Okay.
I mean, they scored around the top of the 6th, and we didn't score, so we lost.
How many innings are the games?
So 5 normally, but 6 in the championship.
Oh, so they're fast games.
I mean, it's like the time limit's 50 minutes. There's way more pitches going down.
Sure, because balls and strikes. Okay.
But also, you have some games where it's like a lot of us are super impatient, like especially myself. So it's like I'm gonna kick like the first one that I think I can. So it's like it kind of depends, and then it's like some games you score a lot. Of things. Like we played the team that won the dance, basically, like which is like where you pitch it however you want.
Sure.
We played them. We beat them 1-0, and that game was really quick because like there was like 10 total base runners for both teams because it's like no one could get on.
Do you like that style of kickball?
No, that's
why do you play it?
Well, we play intermediate where it's underhand.
Yeah. Oh.
But it's like a bouncy, but it's underhand.
Oh, you got okay.
We don't play. It's like I'm a firm believer, and I mean we're getting close to the point that everyone's realized that advance is like really dumb because it's like we're adults. Like we don't want to sit here and like and watch pitchers make it impossible for people to get on.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
We played the advanced game as 1-0. Every other game we played in had 10 or more runs.
But
like
you enjoy those games, like
yeah.
that still.
No, I mean, I enjoy beating the advanced team because they think they're all hot shit and like think we're better than everybody and we beat them and like this or the other. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't know. I obviously have no travel experience, but yeah, I got no autographs just because obviously I think Honey Badgers haven't gotten over that hump so far this season, and I don't know if it'll happen, but I think it'll be close. Like I said, I think 3 innings will probably decide that game for me. Like I think you guys will have 3 innings where you score 4 or 5, whatever it may be.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It'll be fun. I think it'll be interesting to see what Malloy's plan is.
I'm excited. I hope 2 board members are there.
I do. My understanding is I believe a board member is watching every single one of our games the rest of the year. We are under direct eye.
The last thing I want to say is it crazy that Redlegs refed your game last week. That's bizarre.
Well, what's interesting, you notice Jeff Bovey was also reffing.
I did not.
Redlegs only had 1 ref.
Really?
Jeff was the other one.
Sure.
And I think that was like kind of like a intentional like, and they've kind of moved some other games around.
Sure.
Because like Jess Hale's Rays, they've moved on to Field 7, so the Redlegs don't ref us this week.
Right.
But yeah, you know that's life. But yeah, let's.
Wait, who's reffing your game this week?
Jazz House Elfgate Rays.
Okay. Next game.
Post House Free State.
Post House Free State. I have to go Post.
Yeah, I tend to agree that it's Post, but I'll say this: 2 things. I gave Seth the game plan, and then secondly, I do think. So my understanding is Jake's done for the year. I don't know if that's correct or not.
Sure.
But Jake's hamstring is fucked.
Starting third baseman.
He's very good at third base. So my understanding is they're kind of in limbo there. If he's out, which I think he is for this game, he's out. Brett is probably, in my opinion, the second best player on Post House. He has been sitting out the past couple weeks. If he sits out this game, I think they're going to lose.
Sure.
And I don't think it's a matter of like Free State's better than Post House if they win. It's just like That's my take. I also think this like game just doesn't matter for Post House at all. And like, you got to think Post House probably coming into this a little lethargic of like, oh, we're playing our Pod 2 team, blah blah. And so it's like, if Free State can kind of catch them asleep for a second, I think they can get them.
I think it's either that way where they come in asleep, or they come in and they're like, all right, these are the guys that think they should be. You know, they think they're up here. They think they belong. You know, go out there and make a statement.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then game of the week, Corksuckers versus the Cali Fusion.
I'm going JB's.
Hell yeah, my boy Ben.
Well, he also happens to be my boy, so.
He don't fuck with you, bro.
Bro, me and Ben talk.
Ben don't know who you is, bro.
Bro, we have conversations on the regular.
About what?
Life, kickball, cameras.
Yeah, he does like his cameras.
He's got a nice looking camera.
He loves his cameras, man. It's I'll tell you something about my boy Ben, man. He's one of my favorite people, dude. He is like Ben. I've known Ben since we were 13, 14, and we're 31 now.
Sure.
Dude, Ben is like a fads guy. He's like, it's been a thing, like especially the past like 7-8 years. He like will like have a fad for like a month and then move on. And like he wanted to sail for it. He was like gonna buy a sailboat. He bought a book about sailing. He wanted to sail. He's like, that was a big thing. Gave it up after a month. He's like, I'm not gonna go sail.
Sure.
He started a wiffle ball league in Lawrence on Reddit. He like posted on Reddit. He started a wiffle ball league. People shut up for the first week, and then like he just like gave up. He didn't care about it anymore.
Did he get a lot? Did he get a good turnout?
I think he got like 10 people show up.
But that's how it always starts.
Yeah,
it
no,
always
100%.
starts like that, yeah.
I was like, but it's like he just like is a big like fads. Like he has a fad and then he moves on. The photography thing has fuck. He's like all in, and I love to see it because it's like he's completely invested in it.
He's
doing weddings.
He's very
talented.
talented.
He did Sean's wedding. He's doing weddings now, which is great for him. So yeah, I love it. I love
really
him. And like honestly, my favorite thing, bro. If I typed in my phone, kickball, and could search just my messages with Ben, you would see him. Like me and Ben talk a little bit one-on-one, but like my friend group is like kind of weird. We just like talk. We have a group chat of 4 of us, and we just all talk in there nonstop. So it's like even if I just want to talk to Alex, my friend Alex, like we'll just talk in that group chat. If I want to talk to Ben, like I'll just talk to him in that group chat, and like same vice versa.
Yeah.
Well, like Ben every single year is like, fuck, I don't want kickball, man. Like I do not want to play. I don't want to get fucking pissed off every Sunday when my teammates like, piss me off. Like I'm too competitive. Like I don't want to do. And then it's like then kickball comes and it's like he's out there fucking taking pictures. He's out there every fucking week. He's reffing. He's going to game of the week. He's fucking screaming at everybody. He's fucking going all in. It's like I love it, man.
I've never seen Ben play. Like I've never seen him play.
He's playing. He's leading off.
Sturdy,
now.
solid guy.
I think if he's in the outfield, he is like good enough to be on like JDE.
Sure.
I would say him and Shahir are like same level of outfielder probably.
Cool.
Maybe Shahir like probably a little bit more willing to get down and dirty a little bit, but it's like, and then it's like kicking wise, like he's half decent. He's not good enough. He's not fast enough to compete really at the top level, but like he's good enough to be like heartbeat. It's like he's at the heartbeat where it's like there's a clear line between you and the team right behind you, and he's like good enough to be on that side of the line. But it's like, bro, I was dying. Literally, like the Facebook group, obviously there's hella film in there, and I literally just like scrolled down and I see him leading off, bro. I'm like, duh. I literally tagged Adam. I was like, y'all wilding. I was like, you got this kid leading off, bro. You guys are wilding. But yeah, no, that's. I think JB's. I'm excited for them. One, just to get their game of the week. It's been like 3 years. But yeah, no, it'll be fun. I'll be there screaming probably. I think part of me kind of wants to like root against him. That is like kind of I mean, a lot of people don't understand me, and I understand that. But it's like that's just like the kind of person I am, and my friends are. It's like kind of like fake tear each other down type thing. Yeah, it's like I'll go out there and like scream and root against him and hope that he loses, and then not actually hope that he loses. But
dang, yeah. I think like JB's will win that. I don't know how close it's going to be though.
I think the Corksuckers like
anything about.
I think they've only beaten. I think JB's only beaten Corksuckers once.
No kidding.
Yeah, like,
I think JB's got better with that with Damien.
Yeah, Damien and Dare. Yeah, I think. The problem JB's I think runs into, and I talk to Adam and them every once in a while about it, is like one, they have a problem with like who shows up, who doesn't show up, but it's some of it's lineup construction, some of it's like I think like Quo obviously has like kind of been nursing injuries this year, and it's like he's kind of a big piece, and then it's like how do you I think Han Quo, it goes like Quo, his last name's Quo. the Asian guy. He plays Kansas City League and stuff. He plays for them. Played for him for a while.
I know who you're talking about.
He's good, but it's like he's been kind of hurt, and it's like those teams like they figure out the rhythm, and then like you extract him because he's hurt, and then it's like you normally can't just be like, oh, everybody's moved up a spot in the lineup. It's like normally you got to kind of rearrange to like now compensate.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they struggle.
Sure.
Like when everyone's not there, they struggle to piece things together, and then you end up with my boy Ben leading off.
Yeah.
But that's my take. But I mean, they beat regulators, they beat ringers. Like they have some good wins. But
They had
also,
some bad losses.
I think they also suck jerks.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. That's the game. Trying to think.
Whatever happened to your boy Neff?
Neff's on the Ghosts.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm so disconnected from.
Yeah, he messaged me like, I want to say early April. Was like, hey man, like I'm assuming your team doesn't have room, or whatever. But like, you know anyone?
Sure.
He's like, I'm just like, I'm ready to be a little bit more competitive and like play with people who care a little bit more. And I was like, let me think, let me look, and like, the problem with Neff is that like, you know, I was seeing him all. He played Kansas City League, and like we'd see him when we played up there, and like he subbed for us a couple times. But it's like, he's competitive, and he's like, you know, he's good enough, but like the people I talk to, you know, for the most part, like within the top 15
Sure.
teams. Like I have friends that are below. Obviously, Ben's down there, but it's like I don't really like hang out, dabble into those bottom teams to a point that I could be like, hey, pick up my boy type thing. And so I was like, well, I don't know that like these teams, you know, have room for him or like would want him. And so like I was just like, hey, I just don't really know what the great spot. But then he's like, he came out, he's like, yeah, the GOAT. Like I think he talked to Rays as well, but I think
Sure.
I think he went to Goes. I think he's having fun. Every time I've seen him, he's like, yeah, well, I mean, they're winning. You know, winning always helps. But yeah, I think he's at Ghost. I think he's doing a good job.
Good for him.
Fun,
Good. No longer undefeated.
Yeah, no longer undefeated. But yeah.
Which is crazy because their loss was Gators.
I think so. Yeah, that's the beauty of like the bot. Like, dude, when we pulled up to, I want to say it was Feral Femmes versus Bald Beavers game of the week, bro. And mind you, like I think the Feral Femmes do a great job of playing like tactically smart kickball. That's like I think that's the one thing they have up on almost everyone they play. But it's like watching the Bald Beavers play defense was so funny to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they have some like athletic guys, but it's like they just have no idea what they're doing in terms of like playing kickball in a smart way. It's like they're just like kind of relying on instinct and this and the other, and it's like they're chasing runners to second, letting people go, so it lets people go from second to home and stuff. And it's like, bro, I wish game of the week was that every week. It's like it's almost like semi-organized chaos where it's like there's some organization out there, but it's like it is all chaos at the same time. It makes me laugh. So yeah, that's. Do you have any other? I'm trying to think if there's anything else kickball related to talk about. Hopefully, we get some. Hopefully, we just can just get back to playing kickball, get some good weather, like that fucking heat.
Yeah, 80s is fine.
Yeah, 80s
high
is
80s
fine.
is okay.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Before we went to Mesa last week, I went outside like Wednesday night. It's like 74.
It's
bro.
perfect.
Oh
yeah.
my god, I would fuck your fucking couch to play some kickball.
Nice. There's good crevice over there.
Yeah, that's some nice crevices.
Nice, man.
This looks like an IUD, bro.
Let me see.
This is how like stops women from getting pregnant. We're talking hella anatomy about
That's really
women's
cool.
bodies when I don't know anything about women's bodies. But this is what an IUD looks like. I've seen it on TikTok where they're like,
How
"What is?"
much-
This? They're like, "What is this object?" You see that
That's-
Braxton
yeah.
Berrios video?
The
You're
soccer
not.
player?
You're not. Braxton Berrios is an NFL player. He dated Alex Earl.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
wide receiver.
Braxton Berrios, yes,
Yeah,
wide
that's
receiver.
right, that's
He's on the Giants now. He used to date Alex Earl. You know who Alex Earl is?
She's on a podcast?
Dog, you're not this offline.
What the fuck is this?
There's no way you don't know who Alex Earl is.
Who's he?
That's a she.
Yeah, who is it?
Dude, she's like probably like the second or third most famous woman influencer in the world right now.
Is she on a podcast?
Well, she had a so she had a I don't know if she still has one. She had one on like the Call Her Daddy network, which like became like a big thing because like her and Alex Cooper. You know who Alex Cooper is from Call Her Daddy? Her and Alex Cooper had a falling out.
Sure.
So then now Alex Earl's on her own. Her and Braxton Berrios dated.
Bryson, you're on the internet too much, man.
Yeah, I work on the internet, bro, and I know ball.
Sure.
Who's calling you?
Good answer.
Sean?
Yeah, good answer.
Yo, Sean, we're recording the Pirate Pod. What do you got to say, brother?
Oh my god. I plead the fifth.
That's a solid answer. Do you need to talk to Ryan, or do you want him to call you back in like 10 minutes when we're done?
No, yeah, whenever you guys are done.
Sounds good. Godspeed.
Just playing FIFA.
All right, sounds good.
Godspeed, my friend.
Bye.
Bro.
That's funny.
Speaking of Sean, I do want to say I fucking love that guy, and the whole situation. If you guys don't know Sean, if you have no personal connection, it put him in a dark place for a long time because, like you said, and like I've seen and heard and whatever, is like he truly did not really do anything, let alone like anything.
Peter's about to die.
You're good. He didn't do anything wrong. It was really sad, and so like me and him, we just been playing FIFA all the time. It's been great. So
that's good. Well, thank
man.
you for doing that with him.
Sure.
Well, now, anyways, back to the point. Braxton Berrios,
Mm.
he did one of those like you've seen the videos where like they show you women's beauty products and you have to say what they are.
Or like what it's for. Yeah.
Yeah, he knew all of them.
Really?
Because
Sure.
of that. So that's like there's ones where they like show you this and it's like guys like I don't know what the fuck that's
Dude,
for your
that's
nails
so
or something.
funny.
And it's
Sure,
like,
dude, that's so funny.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I guess my computer's about to die, so we're gonna speed this up.
That's
but
okay.
appreciate everybody for listening.
Yeah.
Good luck everybody this week. I'm ready for the fucking playoffs.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
It's like playoffs are different, man. It's like the games are closer, the games are more fun. You get a couple people yelling at some refs.
Yeah, bro.
Get the good shit going.
I think it's gonna be great.
But yeah, I'm excited, and appreciate everybody for listening.
Yeah. Love you guys. Miss doing it.
Peace.